Hi, how are you? I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you, Vernon.
Yeah,
It
it was, yeah, it was,
we talk so much on Facebook.
yeah. We talk all the time, and I know you invited me to be on your show in the past, but I think with my work schedule, more or less, it was hard. But I'm glad, you know, I was available today, Monday, and for the special report.
Happy you're here. Robin, you're here. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for doing the sharing. Wade, of course, who makes everything look great, is here. Hey, Wade.
Hey, how is everybody?
Good. Just kind of here on a Monday.
On a special report?
Special Monday, yeah. Special edition of Citizens United. We'll be here though Wednesday. Just to remind everyone at 6 o'clock. Tim Heather is going to be my guest on that, and then other stuff, of course. All right, well, how's everything been? You know what? Personally, how's everything going? How you doing? Kids? For a while. Yep. How was how's your fiance doing? Glad to hear that. I mean, we sometimes, when all this is going on, kind of forget that there's people behind you that have to, deal with all this stuff. Your mom and dad, they're doing that. They're doing good. I saw some really cool stuff. They went away for a little bit, so that was nice. Oh, wow.
So they go to the Gulf of Mexico, he comes home and then he golfs like
And he's on the, what's also is cool about it is he's there just in time for the fundraiser that's going on. Lohan. Vernon. Yeah, Lohan is pretty good. Fundraiser tonight, right?
The fundraiser, yeah, Janelle's fundraiser is tonight, and just too bad we can't be there outside to protest it.
Yeah. Well, we never were. I mean, this is something I want to get after for a second here in a while, and everybody else. We had no intentions of ever going out there, but certain people decided to.
You want to know what it is, right? It's bullshit talk. So let me make this clear. I posted a stat because I never like them in it at all. I posted a stat because I really did feel going out there. I wanted to go stand there and I wanted to protest. No, I never asked them to stop them to say about the end of it. I was mean to them.
Somebody to message me.
Well, that's the thing. It isn't like any of us in this room are hiding.
Right.
I mean, it's easy to just ask. I mean,
Right.
that was my point when I was hearing that it was being set up by me and Wade and everything else. I had said to a couple people, like, man, all you gotta do is ask.
Right? No, that was me.
Because, well, I remember the post, actually.
Yeah.
I remember the
I
post.
do too.
I mean, it was you just posted it. And I knew, though, that we hadn't really discussed it, and I didn't think I didn't know. But I knew that being on the golf course was difficult.
Right, yeah.
Because where are you going to go?
Besides California, yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to be on the golf course, and how are we going to? Porter Road's too busy.
Yeah,
So
and
can't
it's too
stand
far
it.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't. You know what? Now we're here, and since that is going on, we figured we might as well do our, maybe do a little rundown on everything that's going on from our end. Hey, Vernon, did you ever? What do you know about it tonight over there? What do you think? Do you think it's going to be well attended, or what are your thoughts on it?
I don't know. She's got a lot of women. I mean, not women, but she's got a lot of people fooled. People actually think she's a good person, but we all know she's not. I mean, she just comes up to you and introduces herself and tries to hide the fact that everything she's involved in is just no one knows about, and we all know what she's all about.
Well, the funny thing is, the real story, and we've always known this, and the real attention should be at Nick D'Angelo. I feel like in a lot of ways, anything that has gone Mrs. Fasso's way, she could have avoided herself.
She could have.
Real easy, right?
Very easy. She could have, since the day, this is my issue, since the day I spoke out against D'Angelo, which was hard to do, everybody knew that she worked with him, okay? The first thing out of her mouth was, she messaged Brett Byro and said, she's a liar, she just got caught cheating on her fiance, that's all it is. So, that's the first thing you say and you do when you hear about somebody who's been raping or abusing, sexually assaulting somebody in your office. That's where I had the issue. Now, if she would have came to me as a woman and said, what happened, I'm so sorry, or went to all the other clients or people in her office, asked what happened, oh my God, are you okay, what happened, let me know. You know, maybe said, oh crap, he's a piece of shit, let's kick him out. No, she just decided to take his side, and she knows a lot, but she just doesn't really want to. She could have helped, she could still help, but no, that's just the way she wants to go.
The thing that really kills me though is most people that are running for stuff usually like want to put the fire out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They kind of want to, and usually you do that by not getting
Right.
involved. You just be quiet, you ignore it, or you say something. Neither.
No.
Like not even the simple you know what, I can make a statement for it. Here's what I would have said at some point, I don't know when, maybe earlier. I believe all victims. I also believe in the American judicial system that, of course, guilty, whatever, innocent until proven guilty type deal. But if this guy did what they're saying he did, then obviously he should be in prison.
Right.
That's all. She never said it. Robin, did she say that?
Never.
Did you ever hear her say that?
No, not at all. The only thing she denies is sharing an office with Nick D'Angelo. Well, as she says, they were tenants in the same building, but they weren't business partners or associates. But we all know that's a lie.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just thought it would have been so easy to put an end to that. So now, the last fundraiser that she had, we proudly, would you say, organized that. The fundraiser, when we were on Pine Avenue. No, I'm talking about the one on Pine, the one that we did, me and you, when we were all across the street. I was proud of that organization. I mean, it was us. We did it. The one sitting here, it wasn't anything.
And we did it out of 2-3 days notice,
Yeah.
basically. Thanks for all the people that came, and
Yeah.
obviously, we definitely appreciate them. It was definitely, we didn't have much time to set it up.
Oh, definitely not, no.
But something that needed to be done, and I'm glad that you and your parents were wanting us to help you guys do this. So
We're thankful that you guys did do it because you guys didn't have to at all.
And remember though, too, Wade, we were in a weird spot because we were just starting to come into our own, with our technology and stuff. So we didn't have any ways, all the stuff, thankfully, that we've got now. So, but it was what I'm trying to say is if there's going to be something that we organized, I'll proudly say we organized it.
Right.
Like at no point would I say, I'm not going to deny anything we did. I was kind of very upset though the other day when I was stunned. Sunday night and Monday when I heard, or whenever it was Saturday night, that we were doing something out there
Right.
and that somehow people were going to come and do something there, there was going to be some kind of ambushing or something.
Oh yeah.
And I think that was all just, it's made up just for the reason of being like the hero or the star. Or I don't even know what it is because how could you have assumed that there was anything happening? Because every time we do anything with
Right.
Gorillas Inc., with Citizens United and all that, we promote the hell out of it.
Right.
So,
That was just, honestly, it was me. Because as soon
One
as I
time.
seen that post, I'm like, wow, she's gonna do another $25 to sit with somebody who is just not a good person. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should go stand out there. But we didn't even talk about that
No.
with each other. I posted it, but wasn't gone through or anything like that. Never ran it by them. So, obviously a lot of her friends saw it.
yeah,
But they
because
didn't
I
want to
got
come to me.
I got a lot of messages like about it as if it was going to happen and there was going to be repercussions if
Oh,
it
yeah.
did. There was going to be trouble. There was going to be all this kind of stuff. And I just don't understand. I guess my point of the whole thing was it was made up and hope. I really think it was made up so that when people like her and them, they can then also act like a victim.
Oh,
Like they
yeah.
want to be victims.
Yeah, you know what it is, the difference between me and her is I'm open and public about it. I tell, if I say something, I'm telling it to everybody. I'm posting it, I'm saying it. She hides behind, a computer, keyboard. She tells everybody, oh, look, it's just her. It's not me. But,
Right.
things she says to other people and it gets around and there's proof of it. Got a lot of people fooled. And, what kind of somebody who's running for judge sits there and threatens to expose somebody, put pictures out there, calls them a lot of inappropriate names, calls a victim a slut, all that stuff. So yeah, if that's who you want as a judge, I mean,
Well, that's what I mean. But the funny thing is with you, and I think all of us here, Vernon, you know this. Your whole story's been wide.
Yeah.
There's nothing hidden.
No.
Everyone knows your story. I mean, really.
I'm so open about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super open about it. I didn't want to say anything at all. And then I just got really open. And if I didn't, which a lot of people would tell me, like, keep quiet, stay quiet, don't talk about it. If I didn't talk about it and I wasn't the way I was, I wouldn't know about 38 other victims of his.
Yeah. I mean, think about it, Vernon. Everyone. I mean, through what the Niagara Falls Reporter did to Noelle, everyone knows Noelle's story. There's no secrets.
No, they're not. I'm glad she is publicly came out about it because Nick D'Angelo never got arrested if she didn't,
Exactly. Who knows what could have happened in all of this. But
Yeah.
let's go back to a little bit on Nick D'Angelo. We don't sometimes look at him, we remember that I was, way back when this all started, I was sued with a bunch of other people, with a couple others,
Elena.
about calling him a rapist. It got, it ended up just being thrown out.
Yeah, scare tactics.
Now that was from the incident,
2009.
is it 2000, is it?
2009, yeah.
Niagara Falls High School.
Yeah.
And so we know that there was an incident with a 14-year-old,
Yep.
and I think he was 17 or something like
Yeah.
that. After that, time goes on. He's allowed to, get let off the hook, told he's a good boy,
He was a misunderstood person.
misunderstood, good boy, all this stuff. So now you go to this. 12 counts. Grand jury indictment, 12 counts. Accuse him of multiple rapes, sex crimes, and one includes a minor, right, guys?
Yep.
And
Tampering with evidence and witnesses.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything you could think of. And today, he's not. If you heard this, you would say he's got to be probably behind bars.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody I've talked to were just like, what? How is that possible? I know people who work for the law themselves in like different areas, and they said they've never heard anything like that. Like, it's just not. It's unheard of.
I gotta tell you, I was looking up some stuff about people that I just typed into Google 12 count grand jury indictment, and I just put in rape, sex crimes, and a bunch of stories come up. Like you just hit and you hit the news, and you get them all over the country, and one of them was very similar, a little bit, kind of, sort of, and this person, they set their bail at, I think it was like $250,000
Yeah.
bail.
Yeah.
At least a bail was set.
Right.
Right.
Now listen to this, Wade and Vernon and everybody else. There was a listen to what Judge Clock said. He said, this kills me. He said, I'm going to quote him from the day that he ROR'd him. He said, he, meaning D'Angelo, walked in the door a reputable attorney. I'm 100% completely convinced he's coming back here. He then says, bail is only to assure the defendant will come back. It's not a punishment, a tool for punishment. But here's the thing I think, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Bail is also there to protect the public safety. You know
Right.
what I mean, right? And so
100%.
Especially being a violent
Yeah.
sex offender, violent.
And given the fact that he's tampered with witnesses, I mean, that just lets him free to tamper with more.
Coaching them on what to say if they were ever questioned, making women afraid to come forward and speak out. But that's, I
just can't believe there's no ankle monitor around. That's what
I know.
Yeah.
Shoot, I had to have an ankle monitor on in high school. I didn't even do anything that bad.
right.
I was just like
But I
I
mean,
was in fights and stuff.
this guy is still. I mean, this is what's disgusting about this. The story just dies.
Yeah.
It died.
Mhm.
It died. And right now, no one's talking about it. They're more worried about a lot of other. Heck, I'm listening to people that are worried about the door. I was on the Action 716 thing. I was looking. There was a whole, 150 comments because the bathroom door at
Oh,
Duck
yeah.
Island was locked.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was up in arms. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. And then I said on there, yeah, and in the meantime, someone's walking around your community with all of those charges on them, and people attacked me. How dare you? This isn't what we're
I
talking
got
about
kicked
here.
off immediately.
So I'm like, The door's locked. The door's locked.
Oh, jeez.
And they took a picture. There's actually a video of the guy going to the door and going, and he can't open it. And people were very, very upset
Oh,
about
we
it.
actually have something coming in right now. Breaking news.
What's that?
About a door being.
Oh, the door, yes. Door locked, Duck Island, and hot damn it, the taxpayer deserves better than this.
Wow, that's a shame.
Yeah. And Vernon, we have a guy walking around. Where's he at? Cayuga Island?
Yep,
Is
Big
he?
Island. Mm-hmm. And in
Jeez.
Westport. He does the, I think Balkan and D'Angelo, something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
he still has a job, too. So where he's raped clients at, and not even just clients, he's brought other people in. It's where he's raped them, so he still has the job where he's allowed to do that at.
Yeah.
Before him, he lost his one at social services.
Yeah. Well, and you know what's funny about that? They even let him resign. They didn't even fire him. They just let him resign.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's never anything. There's never anything.
Where he got
No.
caught doing that
Yeah.
with a minor, I think. That's the one with the minor, yeah? No.
Yeah. But there's never any sort of like nothing. We can't do anything. There can't be a punishment. There can't even be a bad word spoken
Right.
for
Right.
some reason. And you makes me wonder, guys, Vernon, the corruption in Niagara County is it's legendary. Like
It's big
the-
city deep.
You know, it's Chicago.
Yeah.
It's Illinois. It's Rod Blagojevich. It's that kind of stuff. It's not just Pendleton.
Well, I think he was tied into certain people for protection. I think that's why he did what he did. You know.
Well, they all think. I believe you're right. I mean, he thought his relationship with the district attorney, who was Caroline Watazik, was the get out of jail. You know, pretty much. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't hurt me.
And it's proved to be right.
yeah.
Unfortunately, it has been the get out of jail free card.
And I mean, he was working on Fasso's campaign. Pretty sure still working on another Fasso's campaign, but I can't say that for 100%.
I agree.
I have my reasons to say that and believe it, but
Yeah.
he
I
for
believe that
sure
as well.
worked for her brother Fasso's campaign. So
Yeah. The guy is just able. He is walking around freely.
because he has all these people protecting him.
At 12 counts, a grand jury indictment, 12 counts of rape and sex crimes, and one includes with a minor. I mean, that's just beyond belief. And if you talk to people, do it sometimes.
That's not even including my charges.
I know. No, yeah.
And lots of others
And lots
too,
of
right,
others,
Noel?
yeah.
Oh yeah, a ton of other who are afraid actually now to come forward or tried to come forward, and they got
Like-
ruined.
I mean, like multiple sources told me, even if he, for some miracle, was able to beat all the charges, the underage minor, he's not going to beat that one. That's the one that's going to
Yeah.
get him the most.
It's
Yeah.
the one you can't get away from.
You know,
Who knows in this county? So.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, but you have, if anyone knows anyone out of town or anything, ask them what they would think in their community. I mean, what would you
Yeah.
think? And the person is just, he's everywhere, right? He could be at Tops, he could be at
Oh, yeah.
the school.
He's
He could
walking
be,
his dog. Somebody filmed it. He was out walking his two dogs, walking near a park where children are. Like just not doesn't give a shit.
At
just
the
walking
aquarium. We saw him at the aquarium.
yeah, just walking
Just-
freely.
yeah.
But after you're indicted and you've got your mugshot and you got everything else,
Yeah.
man, I mean, that's just one of those things that.
People should be outraged. And
Yeah.
there's somebody, a
Nope.
serial rapist walking around.
Yeah.
They're so busy, like, worried about people in other states, getting justice for people in other states. Not that people don't
Yeah.
deserve justice, but shit's happening in your own city, in your own county, and it's just
He,
not a big
when
deal.
he was arraigned and released, like, were there any, like, even order, what do you call it, restraining orders, order protections?
The
Any,
other girls got restraining orders, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
We
yeah.
should be like national news, though. Like, I
Yes.
mean, it should be like a huge deal what's going on here. That you've got somebody with all those counts walking around ROR'd and all these dirty politicians
Yeah.
standing up for him and allowing him to continue to do it, to continue to victimize people.
You know what I'm waiting for after this?
Why isn't this on 60 Minutes
Oh, it should be.
or the
Dateline.
evening
Yeah.
The thing
news
is, we
or
contacted multiple people, multiple places, and they said that they were going to help, but then for some reason you don't hear from them again.
right?
It's because they got their, yeah.
But here's the thing now. I'm looking forward to this. When this podcast ends, wait for all the fake accounts
Oh, yeah.
to start their belittling their stuff. Because then they'll go after Wade, they'll go after me, they'll go after Robin, Vernon, you, all of us. And there'll be some way to try and say that
No, sue you for slander. I
sue
hope.
for slander, or they'll try to say something like, "Oh,
Shows proof.
yeah, how dare you to do this? You're on disability.
Oh, yeah.
How dare you? You know, that kind of crazy stuff. Like,
Right.
You know, I'm gonna. It's coming. I can't wait for all them. That'll be fun.
I remember, well, it was before he was arrested, but I remember Nick D'Angelo sent me a text message. He wanted to meet me. And obviously, I didn't meet him. I don't want to be seen with somebody like that. That's
When did he
as,
say that?
I still have the text message, but this is before the arrest happened. He
Oh,
wanted
really?
to, because I posted it on Niagara Falls Street News, that old article when he was arrested as a high school student, and then shortly after that, more people got to talking, and you came out with your allegations, and then soon after that, he was arrested and charged. You know.
He tried getting me on a fake account, getting him to meet him on, it was a girl, getting me to meet him at the casino to like fight or something like that. And I said, yeah, we could fight, because we could. I would love to fight somebody, but meet me in front of the trooper station.
Right.
So I know who you are and all that, but no.
I definitely like what Vernon just said, and why would I want to meet a person like that? That's ethics, right?
Right.
Right.
Now I wish a lot more of our politicians had that. I wish that's also speaking of, the incidences we seen with Mayor Roman and when Nick D'Angelo was taking all the pictures for the Niagara Reporter outside the protest. This isn't just for Nick D'Angelo as well, like in Nello, we have so many people that these politicians just cling towards.
Yeah.
And these are people that are convicted of crimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, they're convicted of. Yeah. Some even do prison time, and they just still. You're right.
They don't want to write stories about anything like that.
And I don't know.
It's just amazing how some of these people have shady pasts, not just criminal convictions, but just things they've done in their personal life, and they still get elected, or people still associate with them, and it's just
They fall head over heels over them. They want them to manage their campaigns. They want these other ones to be on their shows. These are convicted criminals, but yet we're the bad guys.
Oh, I know.
It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why people don't want to come forward and, tell on somebody who's doing a crime, because it's just the criminal gets away with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Judge Clark should be ashamed of himself.
Judge Clark, and I know he's retiring soon, very soon. He might be. I think that's why this election is being had.
Mm-hmm.
The Benedict one is because he's leaving.
I hope I
Yeah, the future one leaving too as well. Benedict was telling us.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. A different
No,
one. The
there's
following.
the
Yeah.
following. There's two leave it. There's two leave it.
It might be Matt Murphy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's another one he is the one who made those ridiculous comments about the guy in Pendleton.
He's
Matt
horrible.
Murphy, yeah,
He's
he's the
horrible.
one involved in that. So Clark, or whatever his name is, if something were, I just can't believe his comment that the only thing you do for bail is only set to assure that the defendant will come back to court.
Well, I want to know then why the same exact day that Nick got indicted, why the other guy got held without bail, with one victim and 3 rape charges. Why he was held without bail, but Nick, 3 victims and 12 rape charges, including a minor.
like somebody I talked to who's been in the criminal law for over 20 years, like he said, he's never seen anybody just released with no bail on charges like that.
Yeah, nobody.
Like everybody is has to pay bail and still have an ankle monitor slapped to him.
Yeah, I would have. I tell you, when I thought for sure. This was just thinking he's going to be. The bail's going to be so high, or there will be no bail. And he's just going to go in a wait trial on August 2nd because you can't. Clark was saying that he's not a flight risk.
Yeah,
He's not going anywhere.
Even though he tried running to Arizona twice. Even he was so comfortable on Valentine's Day that he asked the judge if he can go see his girlfriend in Arizona on Valentine's Day. Who the fuck feels that comfortable after all that to ask the judge for permission?
And then, and then you are just so. Look how old he is right now.
Yeah.
The fact that he's worried about things, obviously, that are not worried about his freedom.
Right.
So he knows he feels he has it. He's going to get it. Nothing's going to happen. He'll have the freedom afterwards. I agree. You know, this should be not only this. You're right. There should be protests. Protesting should be happening probably on a daily basis in front of the county courthouse in Lockport. I mean, I really think that. And but no one gives a damn enough.
No,
No
no,
one-
unless it happens to them.
Right, unless it happens to them or their loved ones, and then it's okay. Now we're going to be up in arms. If I, you know,
I hate to say this, but it's not that like people don't deserve to, you know, if they do something horrible and, you know, but what if it was I wonder if it was a police officer who did that to somebody.
Right.
Do you think people would go crazy over it?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, this guy still works for the law.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
raised multiple people, all different races, everything, and it's like nobody is really paying attention enough to
And the
it.
funny thing is, he's still doing law work. That means and that's where a lot of his stuff starts, right? With trying to, go ahead. What's that, Vernon?
I said that's a good point. I mean, because I do believe people have wrote to the grievance committee and the bar association.
Multiple people.
His license is not even temporarily suspended, or they didn't even say like he has to work under a senior like lawyer just so he's monitored. But he can just practice private law, his own practice. You could just walk in there right now, and it's just you and him, and there's no one there to supervise it. You know what I mean?
And this is the modus operandi of his crimes.
Yep.
It's right there. It's like he's still
Continuing it.
and he still can use the internet, right? So we know that there's been that kind of stuff too, and
I know people have told me
Several times, like when you call the grievance committee or the bar association, they're like, oh well, if that lawyer gets arrested, let us know and then we'll do something.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, but they want
we
you to
let you
write
know, you're still not doing anything.
Yeah, they want you to write to make sure you write to the grievance committee. I spoke to the lady at the grievance committee. No, nothing. Okay, well, just, they wanted me to call, but then she's like, okay, well, there's not really much we can do. But, yeah, just if anybody else can write in too. It's like, so then what the fuck is the point of writing in?
right.
I don't get it. You have
Yeah.
a lawyer who's raping and it's taking advantage of clients, and that's not enough. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not enough. Not enough. Not enough in this area. Not enough in this county to do anything with it. I just, real quick, I want to reset what we're doing. It's now 6 o'clock. It's Monday. This is a special report for Citizens United with John Restaino, and our friend Noel is here, and our other friend Vernon is here, and of course Robin's here, Wade's here. We're kind of just in a this came up out of nowhere, so it isn't our normal way of doing things, just so you know. I mean, we usually are this was just kind of out of nowhere, and we decided to do it because I wanted you to be able to speak back at some of the things that's been going on here mostly in the last week.
Yeah.
It's kind of gotten really heated, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. 'Cause people don't want to believe that somebody they know is doing something wrong or has done something wrong. Because a lot of people, I feel like, just if it's their friend and their friend says, I didn't do it, they're crazy. That's what they're going to believe, their friend. Not the fact that you got proof and evidence to show it.
Right.
No.
No, they don't. Vernon? Oh, I thought you were saying something.
Oh, no.
No,
All right. But yeah, I just, I don't know, man. Well, tonight there is a fundraiser going on. Can we see some of those pictures of these signs?
Of these
Yeah.
great signs here, huh?
Alright.
All over
Show
the
you.
abandoned buildings.
I got a video on the way here. I forgot to. So.
And there's another one. Yeah, and then that one is actually condemned.
Yeah.
And I think I told you this, John. Those signs, she put
Those signs up early because I think there's a city ordinance, right? That you got to take them down at a certain point, and you can only put them up at a certain point, correct?
There is.
And she was in violation of that, so.
Yeah, they don't care.
And not to mention, like, she's trespassing on abandoned property, city property, county property, and she's putting those signs there, and she has no permission.
Yeah, because I wonder, like, the one house is condemned. So when a house is condemned, I don't know this answer. Maybe any of you guys do. Does the owner loses the house? I think.
I think so too. It becomes property of the city. Isn't that what they put on the
I
door
think
there?
so,
That
yeah.
red notice is that.
That's a hell of a big sign too.
And I heard that sign.
It's like a backboard.
You're not supposed to have signs that big.
That big, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
She's definitely cornered the market on abandoned houses, though.
Yeah.
Yes, if they can get out
If
to
they
vote,
get to vote,
if those houses
we
can
will have
get
another
up.
Judge Faso.
But everyone should just remember, though, and this is something I think, Wade, signs don't vote.
Signs don't vote.
They really don't mean as much as some would think it does. It doesn't mean anything because you can just Go ahead, Vernon.
I mean, am I censored to anything, or can I bring up that I won't say her name, but allegedly she was stealing signs a few years back.
Bring it up.
Jan-
No,
Yeah.
go for it.
I mean, Janelle Faso. I mean, when she was working on her brother's campaign, one of the candidates her brother was running against, she was going around the city stealing his signs, and he actually got her on camera, and he was going to press charges, but he decided not to because his dad and Janelle's dad, they go way back, so he decided to not press charges on her. But that's what I mean. Her actions speak for her, like the person that she is. And how can you vote for somebody like that?
Yeah.
It's just like when I met her last week. She comes up to me and she's like, "I'm not the animal this community paints me out to be." How is that? I just don't get it. It's just like we got the paper trail on you. It's just like
Yeah, I said my
Go
signs
ahead.
were stolen.
Oh, yeah.
And destroyed. Stolen. And we found that we got on camera who it was. I basically demanded that they brought the signs back and
Right.
owed an apology to the person. I didn't want to press charges, and I convinced the person not to press charges as well, who the signs were stolen from. But looking into it, that's a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
That's a misdemeanor right there. And we're talking about a lady who's running for judge who is caught on camera doing this. I mean, and that's something so petty in this whole conversation, when we're talking about all the rest.
Yeah.
I have people who have messaged me saying, like, I can't believe she's running the mouth on her. Like, she has been, like, messaged people before, like, just being so inappropriate, like, cussing them out. Or, I mean, the fact that she even has the nerve to just talk bad about rape victims in general, on top of, like, a million other things she's done. She's not even following the rule. Like, if you look in the handbook for the judge thing, she's not even following, like, half of it. It's like
somebody told me, it's not like people respect Janelle. They tolerate her because they have respect for her father. They're not. Some of these people they just tolerate her. They're not friends with her, and they don't want to be nasty to her. So that's only because of the fact of who her father. You know what I mean?
Well, we're here. I think the reason we really got this going was because, like I said, the last week things have been getting a little bit, I thought, heated, like, towards you, honestly. And there's a lot of threats being made. And there's, and I know you don't care about threats, Noelle, obviously, because look what you're doing. From day one, you come out and tell everyone what happened to you. You tell everyone what you did, what they did. You tell everything. There's no surprises.
there's no secrets in it.
Yeah.
But
I
yet,
like how your parents call you Braveheart.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
awesome.
That's right there. And I said this before, and I mean it. The Niagara Falls City Council, and I just saw Ken Tompkins on there, and it made me almost wanna, because he knows. Saying stuff about the little bakery. The little bakery, we know what it is. Now, I'm sorry. People give me a hard time and say, why don't you release any more information? What more can I do?
Right.
There's nothing more for me to release when no one
Yeah.
wants to take it seriously.
Right. People do the same thing too with me with, like, Janelle. Like, oh, well, show us proof. I'll show you the proof I have. Doesn't mean nothing. Or, like, how can I show you the proof that's in this, the state police's hands and stuff like that? I can't give you all of that, but if the information I have is enough, and so what? If that's how somebody feels and they've spoken on it, they've seen stuff for themselves, you don't like it. I mean, whatever, but don't try and tell somebody else that they're wrong. They've seen stuff for themselves.
I think that Noelle, in the end, I mean, you want to talk about, and I don't mean to embarrass you, but to do the services that you're doing for the community right now, deserves the key to the city, deserves the award, deserves the day. I mean, I think it's, but the little bakery got got an award.
For planning their own robbery.
Like,
Maybe I gotta do something like that.
Right then, but instead though, you're made up. What you're doing, they're making you a villain.
Oh yeah.
And it's insane. And it's the same as you said, Wade. How in the hell, like, made out to be villains?
Yeah.
We're the wrong.
Yeah.
Us people like the people that are doing what you think is right.
You're doing what you've been taught at a young age is the right thing, and it's just not the right thing.
What we stand up for, I don't know about you. You get called a tool.
Yeah.
You're a tool because we stand up against corruption or bad people. So that makes us villains and tools and not good people, I guess.
Robin, you
Yeah.
have something?
Just a couple messages on the message board. John Fidel says, but they will protest a stupid garbage tax. When we were talking about not protesting, Kim Guthrie said, I believe you, Noel, and I will support you 100%.
Thank you, Kim.
She's great with that. And Tony Manzari said he shouldn't get away with any charge.
No.
Not even
All
one.
convicted on that, yeah.
Nice to hear from you, Tony.
With it too, you know?
That garbage fee.
Fee, the woman who organized that, I think her name was Tracy, but I think once again that was Janelle's friend, and I don't think Janelle liked Paul Deister anyway, so I think that's where that
Well,
connection
yeah,
came.
the attacks on Deister were just, that was so, so coordinated. It didn't even matter. I mean, because they elected Deister with an attitude now. That's all it is. You got an angry Deister. We went from one who wasn't angry and had empathy and wouldn't, when if let me just say, Deister, when he was mayor, if people were getting murdered like they are here, he'd have been at that thing for the families. Guaranteed he's at that rally.
Right.
No matter what you think about him, and sure, I thought he wasn't that great, but he'd have been there.
Yeah.
He knew empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way you could have said he wouldn't have been there for the family. He'd been hugging them. Yeah, I just know how he is. I used to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But we...
And people don't realize, I know you've said it 100 times, John, but like people don't realize what a politician, especially like a mayor or something, means to people in the community. Like for the mayor to say, gosh, I'm sorry for your loss, or gee, I believe you, or, I'm sorry if you were victimized, or things like that. I mean, these people like mayors and judges, they matter to the regular people, to us people that don't have the connections and people like that behind us. It means something to get that word from them, and they just...
That's
That's
what kills me. I mean, I remember before I got into doing all this stuff, like in the past, it was a big deal. I can think back to being a kid. It was a big deal when the mayor was coming.
Yeah.
It just was, because it's automatically like, oh wow, the mayor's here, must be important, and I can't wait to maybe meet this person.
I planned a fundraiser when I was in middle school, and we invited the mayor and the whole city council, and the only one that came was Councilman Tony Coranto at the time.
Right.
And ever since then, as soon as I was able to vote, he always had my vote. My parents voted for him because it meant something that he actually showed up. And I mean, it was just a little breakfast, but he was there.
You know what the problem is, I think now? All these people that run have a weird agenda about them. We were talking about this before the show. I think you guys were outside. It's like, all right, I need health insurance, so I'm going to run. I'll get the good health insurance that the city has.
But I'll promise I won't take it.
Yeah, I need a couple years just so I can retire, so my pension can be padded. I think that's where things have changed here.
Right, people have agendas with bed and breakfasts.
Well, let me tell you, yes, definitely. Wade, you ran. You didn't run for any reason. You weren't running to get insurance. You weren't running to get anything. Now
to help fix
the community,
right?
That's what you're there for. We don't have many of those right now.
I have not met or seen, and it's pretty sad. I've not met or seen, and this is, hey, I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I never accepted a donation.
Right.
I never held a fundraiser. I don't believe anybody should be financially supporting me to prove the job I could do for everyone.
Right.
And that's what it takes to have a leader in the city. It's not somebody who is in it for the $40,000 to $50,000 they get as a mayor, along with the health insurance.
Right.
That's not the reason I'm doing this. Why I did it. I knew I wasn't gonna win. A third party candidate doesn't really have a great opportunity. Like, they don't have a great shot like a Democrat or Republican. They actually have to go earn their votes, rather than somebody just voting their affiliated line. So I basically ran on the fix of the community without anybody in my pocket telling me what to do, and I miss my party. Miss my party.
Yeah, the Greens are
because it was my party that was fighting for this. We were the Green Party is now not in New York State, California, North Carolina. If the Democrats and Republicans have their way, they won't be in any state. So we are the only party that does not accept campaign financing from lobbyists or corporations. And what that ultimately does is state who do we work for.
Yeah.
We work for the people.
Right.
And that's what you want. And if you looked at the last mayor's race, all you had to do was go to opensecrets.org, and you can see where the donations were coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And when you looked at the current mayor, geez, they were coming from a lot of places that didn't have Niagara County's name in it. You know?
Yeah.
They were coming from places downstate. They were coming from places in Maryland. They were coming from places that were odd.
The closest he got was Buffalo.
Yeah.
And you know, actually, like it was your brother who had the same kind of expense that Ottaviano just had.
Yes,
correct?
the same
like
one.
$1,000
seat.
seat.
And from what I
$1,000
understood,
plate of food.
yeah, he got 10 people there, not from Niagara. None of them were from Niagara County. So he got the 10 grand and show over. But he wasn't going to get it. Who in Niagara Falls was going to pay that price?
Yeah.
No one can. No one can. So
Could count on two hands the number of people that can pay that.
No, they
They're
just
not.
don't look into it. It's like they don't care. They don't. I feel like if people would just like pay attention to that kind of stuff, like look into that stuff for themselves and like do the research. But it's like their own city. They don't give a shit about their own city and who's running it. But they'll sure vote for the president, but not
Yeah.
for anybody who's running their city.
very concerned about
Ridiculous.
stuff in Washington, and this is what I've said to someone else one time. It's easy to yell at Washington, but it's not easy to yell at your own city people. You know, at the mayor or the
Right,
county.
because Washington
Right.
don't what?
Yell
They
back.
don't yell back.
Yeah.
Washington doesn't yell back. I can
They're
yell
not
about
at your-
Biden, I can yell about Trump. They don't give it. No.
Yeah, because you don't run into them at the supermarket. They're not at your bingo night or whatever.
It takes
The
balls.
relatives.
The relatives
Right,
of somebody.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Vernon, don't you think there's I don't know. Tell me what you think. There's a roadmap. It's pretty easy when it's time to vote. Like it's real easy. You can. They tell you who to vote or not to vote for. Like I'm not saying the Dems or Republicans. I'm talking like they don't hide it. You can easily see who is like bought by who's what. Don't you see it, Vernon? Isn't it easy?
Yeah, there's definitely a roadmap. But I just wonder if I don't know, because I don't mind telling you this story. That I wonder if the average person knows that, because when I was talking to some voters about Jeffrey Elder, they had signs in their yard, and I still went to their door because I was supporting Glenn, and they're like, "Oh, we're not voting for Glenn. We're voting for Jeffrey Elder." And I'm like, "That's kind of a waste of a vote. I mean, even if you don't want to vote for Glenn." Vote for the Democrat Party, which is your brother, which I hope they no, I was hoping he would lose. But I got called a bully. They're like, no, you're just being a bully and trying to like pressure us to vote for like the Republican Party or the Democrat Party. But a write-in is a waste of a vote in city of Niagara Falls anyway. Who has ever won on a Niagara Falls?
Mm.
Someone won in Lockport on a write-in.
I won in
Sitting
Lockport
here,
on a
yeah,
write-in.
he
Yeah.
won. He won as a write-in.
So I mean a waste. There's no such thing as a wasted vote. That ideology is making it so you say that word third party.
Right.
And that there could be so many people like after that mayor debate, I kicked ass. Okay, I went in there and destroyed, and I was ready for that job.
Yeah,
as
you won the
mayor.
debate. Yeah.
For sure, I won that debate. It wasn't even questioned. And however, everybody's coming up to me, talking to me afterwards. They're like, "Yeah, but you're not like Wade. If you were a Democrat or Republican here, you would have win. But you're not gonna win because you're that third part. Well, why ain't you gonna vote for me?
Right.
Because it's a wasted vote. You know what? If every one of you actually just voted on who you think is best for this job and didn't have that ideology of a wasted vote,
Right. You would.
then what would happen?
Things would be better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like a vote for me, I'd rather not cast it than cast it.
My vote means something to me.
I won't do it.
Right. My vote means something to me, so I'll go in there and I will write, even if the person isn't running, I'll write somebody's name who I think deserves that job. You got to get off this. Everybody's got to get off this kick where your person has to win. You know
Right.
what? Even if that person doesn't win, at least I could sleep at night because I didn't vote for, Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Tomato. I voted for Howie Hawkins because it was a person that I believed in. I knew he wasn't going to win the presidential election, obviously. But you know what? I could sleep at night because them are my 90% of his beliefs are my beliefs.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the way it should be, and there should be more parties. And if more people thought like that, I think there would be.
Things would be fixed. If more people thought like that, things would be different, even in our own city,
Yeah, people go
even
for
our own
what's
county.
Well, you know, there is a way to fix the whole thing, and it's allowed actually in a couple cities such as San Francisco and actually Maine as well. It's called ranked choice voting.
Yes.
Where you vote for your first place choice, you vote for your second place choice, third place choice, so on and so forth. And whoever gets 50% of that vote wins. Whoever's the first person to get 50%. And with a lot of people running in an election, it's hard to get that 50 off Jump Street. So basically, whoever's in last place out of all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4 votes, they are now kicked off. And whoever was their second vote, that goes on to
the
the
other-
remaining candidates. And when that person gets 50%, think about it, they win. So imagine the presidential election, the last one. We had Trump, Biden, Jorgensen for the
Right.
Libertarian
And
Party,
Hawkins.
and we had Howie Hawkins for the Green. Now, if you were that Democrat, okay, the last person you're going to vote for right there is who? Donald Trump.
Trump, right.
He's going to be your fourth vote.
Right.
That second vote is probably going to be for Howie Hawkins if you're a Democrat, but actually you could have the Howie Hawkins.
Right.
You wouldn't look at it as a wasted vote anymore, would you? Because that second place vote
Yeah.
still means something. Because that's what could win. If we had ranked choice voting throughout the whole nation, we wouldn't be looking at such a money grab for politics.
You're
Yeah.
right. No,
Absolutely.
I like ranked choice voting.
Me
I like
too.
that
I
a lot.
love it.
I mean that's but they would think the fight. Oh my God! It would be almost like the Revolutionary War. How angry Democrats and Republicans got it just
Yeah.
so that's got to scare them. They probably can't sleep at night
Right.
thinking about
and,
that.
and we actually have a chance in Maine, and we have in San Francisco. You see the third
Yeah.
party candidates winning because of ranked choice
Mhm.
voting.
Yeah. No. So now back to our.
Sorry to go off right
No,
now.
that's
okay.
it's an
that's what we
important
want.
thing.
It's an important thing because we're talking about an election here. We're talking about more elections. We got city council coming up, and right now,
People need to vote. People
Yeah.
need to,
and we don't have any. We have maybe five people.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 6. And as of today, no disrespect to all of you that are running, including I interviewed Jim Perry. I wouldn't vote for one. Right now, I got no one. I got nothing.
He came the closest for me.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
We need to see more. But I got nothing. I got nothing. Vernon, what do you got?
Well, I mean, I know you said earlier. I think
City council members who are running for
most rerunning they run for a motive, like you said, for the health insurance, or they got a few more years until they can collect their retirement pension, Social Security. So just So I mean, you agree, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
I mean,
it's like having it's like when an older person goes to Walmart and they end up having to work there because it's like a supplement.
but the thing is too, you got to wonder, and you'll see it in the primary or the general election. Like, I think one of the reasons your brother won was like they cross-endorsed, correct? Like the Republican Party and the Democratic Party.
Yeah, the Republicans, what they did was they refused to endorse Glenn, the Republican, and because a few people, and I believe John Fidel might have been one of them, who was on the Republican committee, and maybe even Tim Heather, said if you guys endorse the Democrat, we quit. We're done. And so they didn't endorse the mayor, but what happened was they just endorsed no one. So it's just as bad. That's just as bad as, you know what I mean? Not endorsing is, sometimes that silence is just as bad,
Right.
if not worse. So, I mean, you're right, man. And the cross-endorsing, we know that's just terrible. And it's just confusing people. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So, but we're talking about this stuff.
That's the reason I won that whole write-in campaign, was to stop the cross
Cross-endorsements, yeah. And now we're talking about this all because of the elections that are coming up, and we got a judge election and all this stuff. And, and look at the pictures. We got Janelle Fossil's running, Dominic Saraceno's running, you got Chris Mazer running. There you go. There's nothing bigger than a judge race.
right.
And
I can tell you right now, there's one I would eliminate immediately. I mean, even if you know the person, I've known multiple people who knew her and thought they knew her or were friends with her, and automatically, like, once you show, it's hard to, when you tell somebody, they're like, oh no, it's not true. But once you show them the stuff to their face and all that, they're like, oh, Jesus, no.
I mean, if
Chris and Dominic lose and Janelle wins, that goes to show you there's something wrong.
Yeah, no. If I'm telling you, if Janelle wins, it's not because of people voted for her. She has her little clique, but I can tell you right now, it's not because people voted for her. I like Dominic Saraceno, not because I didn't do not because of Janelle, not because I didn't do my research and stuff on the other guy. I just listened to him and I was looking up stuff and I liked him. I thought he was somebody who was honest. I thought his experience. I think the other guy, didn't he work for the city before?
Chris Mazer, yeah,
That's
he's
why
corporation counsel.
He's gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell
Actually,
you, yeah,
as long as
Mazer's
it's not
gonna
Janelle.
win.
I don't care as long as it's not Janelle.
And it's
Yeah, I
through
mean-
the connections, and he's staying quiet.
Mhm.
And, it's not the person we need.
Right.
But I mean, I would take
He's
him
staying quiet.
over Janelle.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he was
I Saraceno, I liked a lot of the things he
Yeah.
said.
Me too.
It's unfortunate that the connections are going to make what happens happen. But I mean, when looking at everything and who is connected, Mazer wins.
Yeah, Mazer's not. I'd be shocked. That would be a big upset if.
Is it safe to say? I think he's
It's being endorsed by your brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got the yard sign and
But
everything.
not only that,
Connections for you.
yeah. I mean, there's also a family.
So the one
I mean,
person was not
we-
corrupt and
Mazer,
connected.
yeah, Mazer is going
Isn't
to
gonna
be.
win, right? That just
And
doesn't happen.
well, here's the other thing though too. I mean, also let's remember the party line stuff. The city of Niagara Falls is 5-1 Democrat.
Mm.
So chances are the Democrat will win. I mean, you never know. It's happened before. I think I've only remember one or two other mayors that are Republicans, but so Mazer is in the city. Corporation Council, I think, since Deister. The mayor keeps him because there's a look at this way. Chris Mazer was at my wedding, so I've known him for a long time. I've known him since high school. He's older than me, but I've known him since Niagara Catholic. Chris is a good guy. I can't say he's a bad guy. I haven't talked to him in years.
It's just maybe the connections that
Oh,
are
definitely.
worrisome.
Oh
Right.
no, I'm not saying. Yeah, that's why he's going to win. That's why he
Right.
keeps
I
quiet.
just feel like as long if
Yeah.
you're
But you're right. The connections are deep.
as if you don't have connections and you're not corrupt, it's almost like you're not going to be able to get anywhere. You have to be corrupt and have the connections, and it's like the good people don't win because of that.
And
The
they
bar-
don't even count their votes sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bar is so low on what a good person is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. When I say someone's a good person that's running, they haven't committed a felony, they haven't abused anyone or abused their power. That's usually where we're at now. Have you ever abused their power? Have they ever done prison time? Should they have done prison? That kind of shit stuff. That's sad.
It's a pretty low
but
bar
that's
when
where
we
I'm
can't
at.
even get to that bar.
Yeah.
No, that's why when you see them, it's like, okay. But no, obviously Dominic's had a lot. Oh, go ahead, Rob.
I've got a comment from Tim Heather that I just wanted to interject.
He'll be here Wednesday night.
Yes. He said, I had to have a fundraiser because I'm not $1 million a year city worker. Palm cards and yard signs are expensive and I cannot afford them on my salary.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I know. But I would wonder if sometimes I wonder if you really even need them. But I don't know. I mean, yeah. I know. I've looked into yard signs. Those yard signs, you need. I assume you'd put them off.
Maybe if you order them from China, like Janelle done.
Yeah,
Sorry,
right.
I had to throw that one in there.
We'll talk tomorrow night with Tim. I mean, I got a lot of good questions to ask him because I know what the Republican Party's doing to him. I know the Chris Fascio story. I know what they're doing and how they're putting roadblocks in front of him. So we'll have
Yeah, we're
I'm
looking
curious
forward to
hear
talking to
his story
Tim.
on it. That actually takes some guts to do with him and Fidel did against.
Yeah, we're going to ask him
Yeah,
about that and see if that, because that's a story that I've heard, and I believe that it did take a lot of guts, and I'm sure it's part of the reason why they give him a hard time today.
Mm-hmm.
Because as far as he goes, who will be our guest, Tim, tomorrow, Wednesday, he, I do know that the party isn't that important. Go either way. if anyone's got a good idea, he'll go with it. So that's a good thing on him. But I mean, like, these elections are, I mean, the chances he's going to win, I mean, this is, then Tim's watching. So this is no disrespect to how he's going to work. He'd probably work harder than the bull. I'm sure he is going to. Sure.
Tim's a really good person. He would, but yeah.
But it's going to be an uphill battle because you've got, the Democrat doesn't have to say a word. Basically, Bill Kennedy doesn't have to speak. He really doesn't need to do a fundraiser. I don't know why he would. Because there's been 2 legislators that I remember, and I don't know if things have been redistricted, whatever, but I grew up in that district, and there's been, in my lifetime, there's only been 2. And one was Mr. Art Gershon, Sr., and then Dennis Virtuoso. 2 Democrats, I'm talking 20 years, 30, 40 years of it has always been that. So, Bill Kennedy will stay quiet. Chris Vascio is just...
Helped Janelle's ass.
Yeah, and then you got Tim, who will work hard, but they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't like him. Vernon, what do you think?
I have the negative report.
I was just going to mention a couple things. Bill Kennedy, I have spoken to him. He said he plans on having a fundraiser in May. I don't really think he needs to hold one because, well, you know, that's a blue district, and Tim's a good guy. Even if for some chance Tim does lose against Chris in the primary, I don't think he's going to just drop out. I think he's going to be a write-in. He's just going to keep campaigning and stay in as a write-in, and I plan on doing it with him. If he does beat Chris and he loses, we're all going to run a U-Haul truck and pull up in front of Chris's house and tell him to get the hell out of town.
Well, then there's this. One thing that I hope people like Tim, and Wade knows this, because he's always, being a third party, you're always up against it. Mm-hmm. Always. Like, you're always, like, being shunned by everyone. Yeah. Even if you lose, keep going. Yep. Because you just got to get your word out there, and eventually, somewhere down the road, it'll change. Yes. It will.
It doesn't matter if you lose.
It doesn't matter. Just keep going. Keep going.
Like I told you earlier.
Really, it can be very tough. I mean, look at Nate McMurray. Like, if you're a Republican in a blue district, it's going to be tough for you, no matter if it's Tim or Chris. Because, I mean, Nate McMurray lost, 3 times in that red district?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it will be tough over there. I mean, I know things are changing in that district a little bit. I mean, when I grew up over there, it was purely Democrat and Italian. That's what the whole thing was.
Then at the same time, I do believe the
county is made up of more Republicans than it is Dems, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because the county legislator, it's like
19
ridiculous. To 5 or something like that when it comes to Republicans and Democrats. That's why, like, Democrats, you go into the legislature as a Democrat, you're just in the minority, and you really don't make many decisions because you're in the minority. So, but
it's actually funny. At Tim's fundraiser, I text Chris and I'm like, Chris, why don't you drop in at Tim's fundraiser? I'll pay for your ticket. Never says one word.
Yeah, wow. That guy.
I have to say, we'll miss Dennis.
Oh yeah, we love that. Dennis was a good guy. Dennis was a good guy, and we wish him well.
Definitely wish him. Yeah, definitely wish him well.
What do you guys think though too about there being more than one Faso on the same bench?
That's tough.
Like there's like 2, right? Or
there will be if she were to win.
Okay, but yeah, then her father was on the.
Oh, we're in the town.
He was in the town.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I just think that sets up for multiple conflicts of interest. I mean, if it's a conflict with one, it's going to be likely a conflict with the other.
Why not give somebody else a shot?
Yeah.
It's going to do good will not be,
Do you realize how much money those guys make? I was looking at one of the judges who's been there not real long, but maybe 4 or 5. They're over $200,000 a year. I mean, that's big money, and I don't even think the city needs as many judges as they have. There's like 5 or 6. I think you can cut them in half and go to 3.
Don't they all work part-time?
Yeah, it's all like a part-time. Yeah, I mean, someone was complaining about one of them that they literally do it part-time. They come in, they leave, that's it, they're out. They do their couple hours.
That's all they're obligated.
That's all they're obligated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, we asked Saraceno that question just a few weeks back, and I threw in a little jab. Well, I would love a part-time job that pays me that kind of money, And he was like, well, he had a great answer. He stated that, well, even though that is basically the obligation, I would be there much more where I am, talking about making plans to help better the community better and so on and so forth. His answer on that, I don't want to he had a great answer. I
He
don't
did.
know exactly what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
It
And
was,
that's
over a
up for
month
them
ago,
all
but
year.
it was,
Yeah.
I remember it was a good response.
Well, I mean,
Not to keep bashing Janelle here, but I mean, it's a good paycheck for her considering her office makes no money.
No. Well, you know,
Maybe, you know, she can, with all that money here, she can, like, fix up these condemned houses.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pay for
Like,
the two
where
houses she
sides
has, the
are?
one on
Yeah.
87th and Sunnydale.
I know that's something else you got one.
Yeah.
Sunnydale Drive is nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very nice area. I don't.
So
It's where
I was
she
going
grew
to
up,
move to
too.
87th, like, if you're living on Sunnydale. I mean, 87th ain't a terrible area or a bad area.
No.
I'm just saying, like, Sunnydale over
Right.
$200,000 house compared to an apartment. What is that about?
It's weird.
Right.
Yeah,
It's weird. But no one cares.
No.
especially when she grew up on
Residency law.
Sunnydale, so it's
People
not
get
even
over
like,
residency law.
Right.
yeah.
The
you
red-
know what that tells me, and some older people I talk to, tells me that the city of Niagara Falls is not good enough only when it offers me a top-paying job, then I'll move into the city of Niagara Falls. Other than that, the city of Niagara Falls is no good to me.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Vernon.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I will tell you though, that job. That's why people fight over the city. That's why the city court thing is always dirty, because they're fighting for. You're up to two. My God, the one person's been only in there for like 4 or 5 years, and they're already over $200,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
10-year job, right?
Yes. Yeah. And then usually you keep winning because
Yeah.
once you're the incumbent, you ain't come unless no, you would misconduct. Well, they had to physically take the guy off. It was if they would have voted, he'd have won again. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I mean, there had to be other judges had to intervene to.
Yeah, he had to be
stop
sent home
that.
to watch The Godfather
Yeah.
again.
Otherwise, he would have just kept winning. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know, guys. I mean, I just know that right now. Nick D'Angelo, who is at 12 counts, grand jury indictment, accused of multiple rape and sex crimes, 1 count against a minor, is right now somewhere enjoying himself.
Yeah.
Hopefully listening.
Oh yeah. Probably on one of his like.
But think about it, he's enjoying himself somewhere right now. Just doing whatever,
All the victims and other people he's threatened are terrified.
are
Just-
terrified. They probably have nightmares.
Yeah.
They have all those things that happen that come along with that horrible stuff. And this guy right now, and no one in this community
Yeah.
cares.
No, Judge Clash is probably sitting there too, just doing the same thing he is, just relaxing, chilling, like
Oh,
knowing
sure.
he doesn't have to
No,
worry about it. But I mean, this needs to be. People need to
wake
wake
up.
the fuck up. Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
not going to. You can't. When is there
Why do
ever a
people have to
tipping
beg
point?
people to wake up for something like this? Like, why do people have to be like, guys, there's a serial rapist running loose. Please pay attention and act like you care. Like,
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were begging. We've begged on this show for someone to go talk to those victims' families.
yeah,
Begging, please. Wouldn't it be nice? I remember saying if the mayor would just do, I'd actually be very proud. It'd be great. I would be
Reach
so
out.
happy.
yeah. I tried talking to him too. He didn't want to.
And the thing about it, ladies and gentlemen who are viewing, is we can see if you are friends of the page, we can see who's watching. We see many times politicians who are
Yeah.
in these seats who are watching, but yet they have not reached out to the call.
No, and it's so easy. The closest one was Bill Kennedy the other day. I was shocked when
Yeah.
he actually wrote on our message board. He wrote thoughts and prayers go out to the. It's that easy if you do it publicly, not just on our message board. It's that simple. It'd been really nice because they didn't. You know what? It's so funny. All they had to do was show up and say to Noel, "I'm sorry that you had to be victimized in my city."
Right.
I'm sorry, Janelle or somebody like Nick D'Angelo, people who had high positions are doing something like that.
Yeah.
Scumbags.
That would hurt. I mean, I just don't understand what they don't understand about how it's important to say something.
You know the best part is too, so many people for the longest time were like not believing you, like, oh, you're lying. Oh, she just wants attention. She just wants money. So then boom, you get hit with all these, there you go, everything I said ended up being true plus more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now what?
Right.
Now I'm lying about Janelle now.
Right.
Now I'm lying about this and that.
And nobody comes and apologizes. The
No.
people that said those awful things
you
about
guys-
you don't
Yeah,
come
you guys
to
were
you.
talking
And,
to Tony Farina.
Yeah.
And, Ken Hamilton.
Right.
Money. What money? No one's getting any money.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm still sitting here broke. I don't give a shit.
No.
So
Yeah.
No one's getting any money. These people are a joke when
if I
they say
wanted
that.
the money, I would have took the money when him and Perletto offered it to me.
Yeah, to make.
And I'm
it
gonna tell you
quiet.
what, I can't imagine an amount of money that's worth this.
Yeah, right, Robin, you know.
Yeah,
It's like
that-
I just want them to admit it. Like you
that's
said.
that's
Right.
exactly what I said to my attorney. I said I just want an admission.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I'm a scumbag and I did that.
Yeah.
And I just.
People who called you a liar, I mean, wouldn't you feel like an ass, like, that it actually came true? And I would feel like pretty stupid
Oh yeah.
that I called somebody a liar, then that's later on, months later, that came true, what she was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I would feel like an obligation of embarrassment or to
I
apologize.
think most of them tried saying, "Oh, I didn't say that. I just said let's wait and see."
Mhm.
But they all
talking
tried.
Right.
Bill Cosby numbers.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
So, all these females and males are
Males,
lying.
too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I've seen too, and I'm sure you've seen it in
The paper too, and it's just a defense tactic too. Well, it's just a formal complaint right now. Nothing has been, no action has been taken. It's just a complaint, or it's before the courts, and he's innocent until proven guilty. It's like you're defending him, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't it be awesome if poor people had the same innocent until proven guilty?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Everybody else.
That's all done by economics.
I mean, you think about it, man. I'm gonna just keep saying it. Anybody who would, well, I don't give a damn. 12 counts of rape and sex crimes,
Yeah.
and that's not even the tip of the iceberg.
That's not even including mine. Not even
Not
including mine.
And in a perfect world, which we don't live in, that would probably be up to. I bet you that'd be in what those counts would probably get up into the probably 30s, 40s.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I
I
mean-
already know a few girls who tried coming forward, and their charges got dropped because of Nick's interference and Nick's friends' interferences, and so there's girls who tried coming forward, but because of who he knows and who he's worked with and stuff like that, they couldn't even come forward. They got dropped. So it's a really shitty ass county.
Yeah.
It really is.
And people think because they recognize him, like they're not afraid.
Right.
They're not afraid for their daughters or sons or husbands or wives. Why aren't you people afraid?
Right.
We have a serial rapist in our community. Be afraid.
That's what bothers me.
Because
There's so many parents who don't give a
yeah,
fuck.
he's raping minors, he's raping women, he's
Boys.
raping men,
Young men, yeah.
he's raping white, black,
Yeah, I-
Hispanic. He's raping everyone. So
Yeah.
you should be afraid. He is in our community,
and he
and if
has-
you're sitting here listening and you're not afraid, something's the matter with you.
Yeah, you're
We
just
were out to breakfast together a long time
Mhm.
ago when we seen him, remember?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I wanted to go over there and just
Right.
slice him
Yeah.
in the face,
his
right?
ears first.
I'd be in jail right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you they're in
Right.
jail
I'd
level,
be in jail.
Mhm.
and the bail would have been
Oh, yeah.
high.
Yeah, and it pissed me off too. Like the one thing I saw when Tony Farina wrote that funny ass article. The very first thing he said in there was he feels for the Me Too movement. He's a very
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's a supporter of the Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter movement. Well, Tony Farina, where's your apology to the 2 black women he's raped and being wrong about the rapes in general, calling everybody basically liars and stuff. So both of them, do you have an apology? No.
No.
No, because you guys already tried asking him for one.
I want
Right.
an apology.
Right, you
Yeah.
didn't even answer our questions on
Yeah,
that
I
day
did.
that they
Yeah.
called when we called on the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you have nothing to hide,
Yeah.
Right,
why
answer
are
the
you not-
questions.
Why do you
Yeah.
answer these
Maybe it's because
questions?
he's a spokesperson.
That was your first day of your new show.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Right,
mean,
right, yes.
There's a time to speak
I
up.
don't even know if he does a show anymore. It's so quiet.
Yeah, I think it was just that one
I think it was
episode.
canceled. I don't know. But like he just, yeah, I mean he should be. I remember that article too, where he also
Yeah.
brought up his own, and this is sad,
Oh, yeah,
his own kids, brought up his own daughters in it, and wow,
Yeah.
I don't know where you're coming from, man. I don't understand it.
The best part is even after Nick got charged and stuff, he's still backing him up. So you're okay with having 4 daughters, and he probably lets his daughters hang out. I hate to say it. I mean, I hope not, but I mean, if he's that comfortable with Nick D'Angelo
Yeah.
and stuff, he probably allows that stuff around
He should.
his daughters. Yeah, and you know what?
I guess
If anything happens to them, stuff they're not gonna want to tell you.
No,
No, they're not gonna want to tell him.
definitely not.
That's where
Father of the year.
as we said earlier, this county should be up and should just be I don't know what the right word is. It should be up in arms. They should be so upset over the fact this city
Yeah.
should be going nuts that this guy is walking around. It's Cosby, like you said, Cosby-like numbers. We're talking prolific. We're talking like probably going to be the biggest in Niagara County's history.
Businesses should be telling this guy, "You're not welcome here."
Right.
When I go out to breakfast, I should not have to see him
Right.
with all the
Being able to being hidden.
walking out from the back. Businesses should say, "We don't. You know what? We don't need your business.
Victims
We don't
shouldn't
need."
be having to go worried about going to the park, bringing their kids to the park, and seeing him walking by
Right.
his dogs.
I was more
Concerned about, like, not concerned, but like, I guess surprised, concerned. There's no psychological examination. The judge didn't order any type of mental health psychological examination on him. I mean, is that what a normal person does? Goes around and rapes
Right.
women?
Yeah.
Especially with the history. And you know what? The DA and all they tried super hard to get him put there without bail. Like they requested it, and I mean she showed them the history, his history, and that didn't matter to them. That it just didn't matter to them.
Yeah. No, it did not matter, and he said what he said, man. I couldn't believe he walked in the door, a reputable attorney. I am 100% complete convinced he will be back here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But in the meantime, he's a risk to the entire community that he
Right.
lives in and the whole county because he goes from everywhere. He's from Lockport to Niagara Falls, and if he's not a risk, then who is?
Honestly,
Right.
all the people that have been affected by him since then, honestly, I'm putting that on Judge Clash right now.
Yeah.
Do you think, I don't know if we know, and it's okay because we can't say, because we don't know, so let's just be speculation. Since his arraignment, since that day that he was ROR'd, you don't have to get into specifics because you might even know, but let's just keep it generic. Do you think he's still doing stuff?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Why would he stop? Yeah, I agree.
But I know he is. Like I literally know he is.
Thank you.
We've heard about his Grindr accounts, correct?
Oh, yeah.
And this might not just be with females.
No, it is with you. I mean, I've been reached out to by younger boys, and everybody knows about it now. Like literally, it's not even a secret anymore. I mean, you can't hide proof and evidence and facts. Like that's just.
I talked to a local politician here who, when the name came up, that's the first thing he said.
Mm-hmm.
He came right out and said what he
I
knows.
have a few gay friends who said, "Oh, yeah, he is on there," and he changes his age.
So why doesn't anyone care?
Right.
Think about it. Why doesn't anyone care? Well, one thing is the media sucks here.
Yeah.
So the average person that doesn't know who the hell he is, which is really scary.
Yeah.
No one even knows because the story dies.
Right.
You know. Last time he's been in the paper was probably the last time we were in whenever the hell we were, February, whenever we were out there.
I tell this story in Lockport, and when I say the name Nick D'Angelo,
I know what
everybody thinks about the tattoo guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Mhm.
Like, there's a serial
don't know.
rapist out there right now
Yeah.
who is a millionaire, who has all this support behind him, and he's getting away with it. He's out on ROR. Like, it's not known throughout the county
Nope.
at all. And that is the media's fault.
And if you live on
100%.
River Shore, and you know you have kids and stuff like that, or you're a female, or you're a young boy, or you have whatever, I would be worried if I were you.
You got the Niagara Gazette, you've got, what else do I have? We got the Lockport Sun and Journal, we've got, the Buffalo News that covers Niagara County,
Yeah.
the 2, 4, and 7, which covers Niagara County allegedly, and, that's it.
Oh, you
And
won't
you got
see it on the
radio
Niagara Reporter.
And Spectrum.
Spectrum, right? And you have some news, WLVL, you have WEBR, but that's the home of Farina, and you have, I think those are the ones, the WBEN, but they don't really care too much about Niagara County unless the place, really imploded.
But this is that kind of story.
Yes,
This is the
that's the
kind of
one
story
that you
that
would
they
think-
should be
It's something
covering.
that would get them actually like
That they
noticed. Yeah.
right, that they should be saying, like, this isn't your everyday Niagara County story. This is a serial
Right.
But they
rapist.
had no problem. Spectrum, who also ran my fiance over with a van not long ago. You had no problem doing a story on Nick D'Angelo's sister, who's a TikToker. She's dancing. You had no problem covering that story.
Did they really?
Oh yeah.
See, I don't see
Oh
Spectrum,
yeah, you
so
gotta
I got
see it. It's
DirecTV.
great. It's great. Yeah.
Recent? Was this recent? Or would you say the last couple of years? Or
No, like this, like since the pandemic started. Like, oh yeah, they did a beautiful
didn't know
story
this.
on it. Yeah.
oh my
Yeah,
God,
so Spectrum, you could probably count on them being on.
Vernon,
this
did you
side.
know that?
No, I didn't
I'll
hear
shoot
anything
you
about
guys
that.
after.
Yeah, we
They,
gotta
they did a
get the
beautiful
clip, I guess.
one.
Yeah.
We'll put that on. I mean,
Yeah.
outstanding. 'Cause, yeah, that's what they have to do.
Yeah.
Maybe get you some more views.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? I mean, this is the thing. There's so many people that don't know. I was standing there one day when you were talking to some people from Lockport,
Yeah.
and you said the name of what we were talking, and they had like they brought up the tattoo guy,
Mm-hmm.
and they were stunned. Don't even know what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
It's happening right in front of them, and no one. Tom Prohaska, he should be really ashamed. The guy from the Buffalo News
Yeah.
who covers Niagara County, because he's been around a while, and he just. And I bet you they've gotten to him because he
Oh
does
yeah,
the same.
they have
Yeah.
100%. I think he actually, at one point, was kind of siding with Nick in the beginning of all this.
Mhm.
Like I think that his probably with like Tony Farina on them.
Oh, and I think City Hall. I think
Yeah.
City
Oh,
Hall is
yeah.
pretty tight there, because you notice I've never heard of City Hall being able to censor or say everything must go through me,
Right.
and they allow it. No one even cares. No one even
Nobody
had.
gives a shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
they should have been fighting like hell. You'd be
Yeah.
so mad. We would be mad, and we're not even journalists. I'd be mad as hell
They
if
had
I.
no problem allowing the Niagara Reporter, though, which is Nick D'Angelo too, with
Right.
Frank Perletto, doing all these victim shaming articles.
Right.
Like nothing. They had no problem with them writing stories about the victims, but when it comes down to him being, indicted and all that shit, nothing.
Right.
By the way, Nick D'Angelo, he managing editor of Niagara Reporter and runs the Niagara Action page and the Action 716. You don't believe me? Go ahead and ask the people who used to own it.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, man. You're talking about one of the biggest cover-ups. Oh God, in definitely in Niagara County history, but I'm assuming Western New York. I
Yeah.
mean, this is.
I looked it up too.
Yeah.
It's 100%. I think the last time there was a serial rapist, it was three victims. So there's like 38 right now that I know of. I've been counting since day one.
And right now, in court, if we go, there's these 12 counts are with 4 people. Is that what it is, or 5? Like
Oh no, without me. So there's
Yeah.
3. So that's just 3.
Okay.
And there's more, but there's not.
So what would they? Has anyone ever told you? I don't know if you know this. What are they going to do? Are they just going to let the other ones go away? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're
Yeah.
going to try this, and then what about the other? Do you just figure, don't worry? It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I hear different things all the time. Like, this is gonna happen, this might happen, and then it's just like changes all the time.
Right.
So I know a lot of girls have been wanting to come forward. They've been saying they're going to, and they've got up to a certain point, but then something happens to where they'll get a threatening phone call or something like that, and they end up backing up. And which he shouldn't. They would be coming forward, but he needs to be put in fucking jail.
Right.
So they feel comfortable enough to come forward.
This is a problem with the DA too, probably, huh, in Erie County, because they're not asking, right?
No,
for
they're
him
not
to go-
really good. They're not really even giving. I feel like she's trying to fight this and stuff, but they're not really. Yeah.
How aren't they
Like-
concerned that he's around walking around? I mean,
Yeah.
it's just very upsetting that no one cares about the fact that he's just right now, as we speak. It's a nice night out, a little chilly, but you could probably be maybe at the golf course. Could be just walking
Yeah.
around,
Oh, he is going on a golf
play a
course.
little golf, do whatever you want to do.
Golf course right
What's that, Vernon?
now. I said, I'm sure he's at the golf course right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Now, hey, Vernon, you haven't, obviously you don't go to Janelle Fossil's fundraisers, but do you have another one you're going to soon that you know of, or not yet?
Oh yeah, I'm going to Tracy Bax's fundraiser, and I really hope I don't see her there. Because I mean, Tracy's Bax's fundraiser is Thursday at the what is it on Buffalo Avenue? The yacht club there or something?
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's at 5:30.
5:30.
And I'm going
So she'll be there. There's no doubt. She has to be there because that's how they do it. That she'll be there. So.
It's just annoying that she's showing up at every fundraiser.
Alcohol, she'll be there.
Yeah.
But she'll be there because Dominic will be there,
Yeah.
and it's a Republican deal. She'll be there.
Yeah, she's always got to try and one up.
She knows. Wait, Vernon, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I'll have a good time.
Make sure she doesn't
Yeah,
ask
her
those
two.
questions.
Maybe she'll bring her 2 campaign managers with her as well, like she did the last time.
Yeah, you know, it's
They look bad too, man. They look horrible for defending that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know.
it's-
I don't understand. There's no defense, and it should be. I've never ran a campaign. Wade, I know your campaign. Think about this. It's like it's on a tee for the kids, a batting a tee, the ball. What's so hard about saying, I believe victims,
Right.
and I also believe in the judicial system,
Mhm.
where everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and if this individual is found guilty on this, he deserves to be punished.
Right, not just no.
Yeah.
No, she would never, that would never happen. No,
Isn't
no, I'm just like,
yeah.
you know what, if this is true, I am so sorry. Let's, you know, I'm not saying
Yes.
that you can't still be friends with her, but I mean, at least don't make somebody out to be guilty because that's your friend.
You are right. Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like,
How hard is it to say those words, though? I would figure they could be
Yeah.
just as much as I don't understand why it would be so hard to tell victims in the city or in the hey, sorry for your God.
because Janelle's not professional, so she would.
Yeah, it's just. Go ahead, Vernon.
Janelle Faso, like somebody told me, the people she's associated with, it's just like, you know, all birds of a feather flock together. So her inner circle isn't that great either. They're just like her, you know.
They've been defending her since the whole animal abuse thing, so.
And you know there have been, which I'm not going to go into detail of, but there have been piggybacking off of what Vernon just said. That crew that she apparently hangs around with has made some very inappropriate threats, and if what they say they're gonna do, they do, like it's war. Like it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
ridiculous. Where this I guess I'm saying
No,
too
you can
much.
say it.
I guess
No,
I'm
you can
saying
say it.
too much because
Yeah, no,
I get what you're
there's
saying.
some victims out there that they are these friends are saying that if they keep on speaking or come out
Oh yeah,
or
like
whatever,
Byro and them saying that if I'll say it.
okay,
If
I didn't wanna say
Byro, you know, I guess according, you know, Byro said if her and Byro got together, saying that if I kept speaking out or kept saying this stuff, then they're going to show people pictures of me, stuff from Nick, all this stuff, like threatening me with that bullshit. What else? I know there's something else. She's had family members threaten me.
Yeah.
There's more. But
Why should victims have to live with that?
right. Let me
Right,
get something straight
right.
though too with the
And-
viral thing. Yes, I was when this all first came out and stuff. I did a podcast with him. And yes, he did try helping me until I swear it was like the second day, and I don't know if he knew that I knew this. But I've seen proof of it. He automatically told people, I don't believe her. I'm sorry, I don't believe her. Janelle. Look what Janelle told me this. Janelle said that she's lying. She just got caught cheating on her fiance. She's a liar. So, I mean, from that day on, I knew, you know, that's what he was saying. So, he never really had my back. He was kind of there for his own revenge with Nick. And I tried putting up with him. And I have no problem saying this, but yeah, I tried putting up with him. But at this point, you hang out with Janelle, you hang out with Nick. So I'm gonna tell it like it is. But if you guys want to go ahead and pull that bullshit, I mean, don't act like I don't got shit to release. You know,
Yeah.
boxing.
don't act like I don't got shit to release. So
The other thing is, though, and this is what's funny about it, is we said this earlier. You have nothing about this. Is there any secrets?
nope.
You have
Nothing
said
that
it all.
the stuff that I can't say publicly,
Hmm?
all handed into the DAs, all handed into the investigators. So if you guys have something in your hands, and you want to show it, you'd be proving my point because the stuff that would only be in the investigator's hands or on Nick's phone, you guys somehow have that. That just proves our point that you do associate with Nick D'Angelo.
Right.
You
And
know,
maybe if you don't, you know,
well,
you should tell them.
what you're ultimately doing, Brett Byro and others who are speaking like this, you're interfering with the
That's
case.
witness intimidation.
For
It's
sure.
100%.
You should be going to jail. And you'll probably be getting spoken to soon from someone.
Well, you would think.
Well,
You would
if
think
Fausto
that-
becomes judge, that's what he wants, so he don't get in trouble.
You would think someone. This is what is so confusing about this whole case, and this is what from day one. And one of the things that me and you have gone back and forth on, Wade, is what the hell sometimes are like the DA doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it? Just feels like everything is. They know, but it's almost like it's never going to be used. Okay, we know we're going to put it right here. We'll put it on this thing, but it's okay. Like, we're not going to worry about it. Like, this whole thing is, someone should be contacting him, her, everybody else and finding out, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Why are you threatening anyone with anything? Like, what is going on here?
There's just
Ron,
so much
what is-
built up evidence too. It's like just being wasted.
What are you doing?
What was that quote used by Mr. Seaman last week we were talking about?
Oh, he said that he will not tolerate Niagara County corruption under his watch.
Prove it.
Yeah, prove
Right.
it. Get involved.
Continue screaming that. Prove it.
Yep.
What's that, Vernon?
No, I said prove it. Yeah, I would like to see that as well.
Yeah, maybe he should come on and talk about. Well,
Yeah, because he would have been able to prosecute this.
yeah.
If Wojtasek wasn't there, I guess it would have been in his hands.
Mhm.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think he might have done a better job.
I'm sorry, Vernon?
No, I said he could have definitely made a big statement to show his character if it was in his hands.
Yeah.
You know, because he was just elected. Brian Seaman.
I just think that
I'd like him to speak out.
I wish someone
Yeah.
would. You know, we.
Lots of someone should.
Somebody prove us wrong.
What's that, Vernon?
Another thing is too, and Janelle will go around saying this too, and I'm sure Brian may say the same thing. I don't want to put words in Brian Seaman's mouth, but some of these lawyers like Janelle, they'll say, you know, the Nick D'Angelo case is before the court, so I can't speak on it. It's I don't know. That's what she told me too at the fundraiser. That's a matter before the court.
Right.
Not everybody else behind people's backs. Right.
She can't speak about it to people who disagree with her,
Can't
is what
speak
she
about it to
meant.
People who know the truth.
Yeah.
You.
They can't speak about it. We talked about this with Sarah Cino, a lot openly anyways.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Janelle is, saying whatever she is saying behind closed doors, but she would never talk openly about this.
No, she won't even talk about the little things.
No, it's just.
Well, apparently, I'm sure you heard it too.
Somebody told me that she always promised that if Dominic were to put in for city court judge, she would never run against him, and I guess she lied about that too. So,
You know, the funny thing is, and I said this earlier to off air, and I guess it isn't how I meant it, but I kind of mean this a little bit. I don't even care anymore who wins this election. I've kind of lost it. This election is just annoying the hell out of me because in the middle of the election is a bunch of people that have been hurt and abused and all there's victims all over the place.
I mean, you want to clean up the trash though, but like, dude, fucking show people that you give a flying fuck about things that are going to eventually be something that you're going to have to take care of anyways. You know what I mean? Like,
This election, I feel like in a lot of ways, and I don't want to insult, but I think in a lot of ways these victims have been used as a ping pong ball. And I'm kind of getting sick of it. I mean, this is something that is important, more important than your goddamn election, more important than any of this shit. Because to be perfectly honest with you, the most important thing is Noel and all the others that are victimized.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a goddamn who wins. I really don't. I'm sorry. And I like Dominic. I like everyone. I don't care. I don't care who fucking wins that
It
election.
just can't be Janelle,
Yeah.
because if it is Janelle, we
I'll
gotta get you
fucking
the
riot.
fuck out of
I will riot.
We
I
gotta
mean,
get
I
you
will turn
guys
this
out of here.
place into. I will riot. To be honest.
if Chris wins the city election, I mean, city judge, that's not exactly a bad thing. I mean, he's not a bad guy at all. I mean,
If Mazer wins, fine. If I've gotten to the point though, and I guess this is where maybe I'm just wrong. I don't even give a damn anymore. I've came to a conclusion in my head that no one cares.
You know what? The sad, crazy,
Yeah.
fucking
No one
terrible thing
cares.
about this is we're only in the primary.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we have months and months more of this shit.
If Dominic loses, what's he gonna do? I think I asked him, but he didn't answer. If he loses the primary, he can still run as a conservative, so he can keep his name on the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
What's he gonna do? Because if he continues to run, he will probably definitely make sure Mazer wins. You know, absolutely. He will be he will make sure Mazer wins because he'll take votes, obviously Republican votes. So I remember we asked that, and I didn't get any. It was kind of a went around that one. So it was a tough, because I said this is tough. What are you going to do? It's interesting. Like if you lose that primary, you can still run. And Vernon, right? I mean, he could still run, and he'd be pretty. He would be helping Mazer win.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should. I mean, if like I know on the phone we talked about ethics and morals. I mean, if he loses the primary, I mean, I definitely think he should keep running just so Janelle doesn't get in.
If he does it, though, if he does, he's done in the Republican Party.
Oh, that is true.
If he were to lose that primary and stay in the race, but you know what, he should. I mean,
It's the right thing to do.
Well, I don't think it matters at his age. I think he said he's 52 years old, and his law office does phenomenal. I mean, he makes great money doing what he does. So the paycheck for city court judge doesn't really
I
matter
think he
to
said
him.
something about like he's already done everything he wanted to do, so it's just another.
Yeah, because I mean, I asked him.
I asked him when I was at his office. I said, you know, in 10 years, if you win city judge in 10 years, what are you going to do? Run again? And he said, no, I'm just going to retire. I'm going to be done with law and everything after the 10 years on the bench of city court judge.
But I was nervous about though. Speaking about like that, like I was nervous to sit there and say who I liked and wanted to vote for because I knew the Faso campaign would sit there and be like, oh, nope, let's go attack them, or let's make that. Look, Noel's probably talking to them and getting in their ear and doing stuff. Like, all I'm going to say is anybody from the Faso campaign, if they think that at all, Dominic and me are like talking about you or doing something like that, I'm a grown ass woman. I make my own decisions. Faso's the reason why. And D'Angelo, I got involved in this type of stuff and actually looked into who I want to vote for. And that's who I chose too. So because I believe in Dominic and stuff like that, and I wanted to, I asked him to help. I asked him if I could do signatures and stuff, and he didn't know me. He still doesn't know me, but I wanted to do that stuff, not because he knows me. We're buddies, because I don't like you, to be honest, because you're just not a good person. So.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was going to say Dominic has the best resume out of Janelle and Chris.
yeah, I would say if you do look at it fairly, he's definitely the, you know, if you go by qualified, he would be just because of his years and what he's done. Possibly the second most qualified would be Janelle, because and I'm only saying that in qualifications because of working in the criminal justice, you know, like being in criminal court. Not sure how much Mazer has been.
I don't know Mazer.
I mean, he might have in the very beginning, but he jumped into corporation counsel pretty quick. You know, he's been there for a while now.
Since 1997, Chris has been the corporation counsel. So
That's a long time. So now he hasn't been in the criminal court much. So if we went qualification-wise, I mean, it's
Unless
really Dominic.
Unless we put being a good person as a qualification, in which case Janelle's automatically disqualified.
Well, yeah, the bar's very low. The bar's I'm so open to letting people redeem themselves.
Yeah, I am too at this point. Shit, like if Janelle's going to, you know, if she wants to do the right thing, I'm all for it.
She coulda came out, we talked about it at the
I'm all for
protest.
it.
She could have came out of the fundraiser, came and talked to us. She could have been the hero.
Yep.
Yeah.
She'd have stopped everything.
I'm not gonna get angry and talk shit for absolutely no reason.
Right.
Like I said, Janelle, if you're watching, which you probably are, or you have somebody, I would give you a lot of respect if you just do the right thing.
Admit that you were wrong and
and
apologize to all the victims. And guess what? You're on top. But
Yep.
are you going to do that? No. Because a lot of people in America have a big problem in admitting when they're wrong.
Yep. But do that, and you become a victim's advocate, and all of a sudden you're looked at in a whole different light.
You get votes.
Everything turns. I've been saying this for a little while, pretty much about her and
As a woman,
others.
too.
Yeah.
As a woman.
I said this about my brother the mayor. Please, how about this? The day of that rally, you know where he should have went? He should have been at the park.
Right.
Before it even marched.
Yeah.
He should have cut it off before it even started and went out there and talked. Took a little heat, but the people would have loved him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying, no. The people would have at least thought, okay, he's here, he's listening. I shouldn't say love. They would have been.
He's so good at being fake, they would have loved him.
Okay, but it would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would have been such a politically smart thing to do.
Leadership.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what we are lacking in all of these elected
Yeah.
officials.
So
is
quiet.
leadership.
Like, they don't want to actually do what should be done and would look good on them. Like things that would look so good on them, and they don't want to do it.
And it would look so freaking good for
Yeah.
Janelle to just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm not even saying you gotta like denounce and come out and start yelling
Right.
about D'Angelo. Just say the simple words. I'm sorry.
Because I know everything I've seen, everything you've said behind my back. So
I'm sorry, and I do support victims and the whole damn thing. You know,
Yeah.
and we would be in a better place than we are today. But instead, we keep playing these games where we get these threats, we get these idle things.
I guess she has pictures of me saved up too, which is weird.
Picture-
You have them on your phone, but
Yeah, see pictures.
obviously I'm from D'Angelo.
Yeah, well, and this is what I mean. And then it's going to be, I'm going to get a hold of your mother, and I'm going to make your mother get shook up.
Yeah.
And so I know if I get...
That fucking
and
pisses
then
me
if
off.
you get someone shook up... Because, of course, if you're the mother or father of someone, because being a mother and father, we're mothers and fathers, and that's a real... I mean, that's like a kick in the groin. You know, that's
Yeah.
right at the heart.
I tell you, anybody who gets my parents, my mom
So-
or dad riled up, dude.
I-
I'm not saying it in a threatening way. I'm not.
No, it's just... But it's not... It's
I do fight. Is all I'm
it's-
saying. I fight.
it's
I'm-
And I will.
Yep,
it's messed-
Robin's got my follow up. So.
It's messed up, and you don't do. And these are the things I'm talking about. This is why I wanted Noelle to be here. This is why I wanted to do the show. I don't care if it lasts 10 hours. It's not right. It's not right to come out and go and start throwing these threats around, and you don't even know what the hell's going on. There was no protest planned. You're saying if a protest were, if they're at that protest, so and this one is going to come and embarrass and going to do all this other stuff. Fuck that.
Ambush,
That's
yeah.
ambush.
And if
Don't
you are
say that shit.
person who is basically
care?
like, oh, I have this info that I'm going to give you guys where this could happen to you by these different people who I just so happen to be great friends with,
Right.
that is alarming in itself.
Then why aren't you a big enough person to stand up and stop it without having,
Exactly.
like, why would you have to?
fucking stop them
Right.
then if they're good friends?
Yeah.
But no, you're fucking a part of it, and you're just trying to make yourself look good, and we know
Yep.
who the fuck you are.
Yep.
You piece of shit.
You go and hurt victims' families instead of just taking care of your own fucking business for a
always trying to
change.
look like the fucking
Hero.
good guy, the
Yeah.
priest.
Peter
Everyone
Pan.
wants to be the hero of their own story.
Yeah,
And
isn't that a
then
direct
if
quote?
I'm an arsonist, a lot of arsonists do it. They light their own fires, and then they go and put them out.
Hey, dude, if I'm ready to do something fucking stupid, right? You're gonna try to stop me, right, John?
Yes.
Just as I would with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm not gonna fucking be like, oh, John's gonna do something
Let
to
me go tell
somebody
the
else.
people that
Right.
Exactly.
he's going to do
Fuck
it to.
no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have enough balls to fucking go up to you and be like, John, that's not cool what you're doing.
I mean, you hear especially something like that.
Right?
Something
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, at that point, you should have knocked him the fuck out.
Because I didn't even know what that meant. Ambush. I was, what, physically? What are we trying to say
Right.
here?
Well, Janelle, let us know what you meant. Right by your own Janelle. Let us know what you meant by that. You want to message me? You want to call? Let me
You
know
can
what guys
message
meant
the
by
message board. I'm watching.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you can get your little message boy Peter Green to fucking say that if you want to.
So I don't know, man. You cannot make those threats, and you got everyone all shook up. You got everyone upset, and there was nothing even happening.
Right.
You just manufactured the story. You narrated the story, and
That's
then
how much you pay attention to me, is what I'm saying.
and you narrate the story all just for your own gain, so you can somehow look like the martyr. You can look like the and possibly the victim. You know, whatever you want it to be, or the the saint. I'm the guy coming. Screw that, man. Just stop.
Fucking
Enough's enough.
this manipulation to family members and reaching out like that is just pure disgusting.
If
Yep.
anybody knows something and they think it's going to hurt me or the other victims, or you know and you hear shit that's wrong, I will give you the numbers to the DAs and the investigators. I'll give you their numbers so you can go and report what the fuck you know, what's going to happen. Literally. I will give you the numbers gladly. Go tell them if you think that there's something wrong, something needs to be done.
Yeah, because when you got
And
these
tell me afterward.
when you got these issues where someone is threatening to ambush someone, and I don't even care I don't know what that means, but you're saying ambush, you should probably be making a call to somebody
Right.
with authority, to say, hey, I know what's going on, especially someone who knows the story.
Yeah.
I don't know what this means, but let's find out. Go find out for me, to help protect.
Fuck these people who are trying to play both sides.
Yes.
Fuck these people. And it's
Yeah,
more than
victim
one.
shaming out of one side of your mouth, and then trying to be like the savior of all victims out the other side. That's fucking
You
bullshit.
gotta choose a side.
Yeah.
You're either with the victims or you're against the victims.
Yeah.
And there's only one side to really choose.
Yep.
There's always only been one side, too.
Yeah.
There's always been. It's always on one side.
And I'm sorry, but like
Good or bad. That's it.
Byro, you could say that you were, helping. Your intentions might have been that in the beginning, but if you can go sit with me at a podcast, talk about Nick D'Angelo, then leave and go straight right to the office, past him, and sit with Janelle. What the fuck is that?
Shows no character.
Right, no.
It shows,
For either of them,
it
for
shows
Janelle or
just,
Brett.
Yeah.
Just a person who wants, I don't know if it's attention or wants to have that Republican fucking spot that he couldn't get or whatever that he was so upset about. It's just really like they are in it for their own game. They could care less
Has to
about
be.
Noel.
Yeah. Has to be, because it makes no sense otherwise.
Right.
Because it's not helping.
You're
If
just
you're
gonna come out of nowhere and just be like, "Oh, I feel like talking about these people today. Fuck them." No, I have reasons behind what I say.
If you cared about Noel, we wouldn't have got a message stating like, "Oh, Noel's going off the deep end. I'm going to help you with your campaign."
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're talking about Peter Green here. We have that
it's too bad.
message
Yeah,
that
I should've
states
put it up
that
here.
where he is reaching out to Janelle saying he is going to no charge. I'm not going to charge you to make your commercials, anything. What the fuck? Noel was just over there with Yowawa. You were supposedly helping her with the case. You know more than you should fucking know, Peter Green. And, like, that shows your character. This shows what we've been talking about for months now about you. How you're a scumbag.
John,
Yeah.
how did
Peter and Brett ever connect together? Do you
Oh, I have
know?
no
Years
idea.
ago,
I have no
before
idea. I don't know.
Yowawa.
I have a message from Joanna Smith. Why is Brett Byro threatening Noel? Not friends anymore? It's disgusting.
Yeah, well, I guess.
You know what? Good. You
That's
kind of
a
explained it
Yeah,
already.
I kind of explained.
Yeah.
Well, just because.
Joanna usually knows a lot, so.
Yeah, he kind of took Janelle's side, and I guess. Well, what it is too is I guess Janelle and him were given information a lot on D'Angelo, exchanging that. So their hate, I guess, for D'Angelo was a little bit more than my concerning, like more concerned. They weren't concerned for me; they were concerned on D'Angelo. That makes sense.
And what a love match right there between D'Angelo and Faso. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
these people are, from what I hear, at each other's throats one day, and then the next day, but still
Oh yeah.
are corrupt enough to support each other.
Oh yeah.
Couple more good comments here. Tony Manzari says, words are nothing. It's action that's important. Isn't her husband accused of inappropriate sexual abuse?
Mm-hmm.
And John Fidel says, I'm from Belden Center. What Byro says, big fucking deal.
I love you, John.
We love you, John.
That's sad.
You should be here with us right now.
Yeah, he would have been. I could have.
I know.
According to Brett, he fucking hates D'Angelo till the day he died. I believe him, he fucking hates D'Angelo. It's just, I think I hit a fucking nerve with him and Janelle. Nothing other than that.
Yeah. Well, all I know is this: if you care.
Oh, and Mr. Del Zoppo says hello.
Hey, Mr. Del
Hey, Mr.
Zoppo.
Del
How was
Zoppo.
golf? I wonder how he shot today.
How was
How the
golf?
golf was. It's a beautiful day to
That
golf.
was
Yeah.
the Gulf of Mexico, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you see some
Oh, yeah.
pictures.
Gail sent me some
Beautiful.
pictures.
Oh, my
Beautiful.
God. Yeah, I just, if it's honest that you cared about someone, I don't see it, man. It's for
You
your
don't
own
turn your
gain.
back on
It's
that
for your own
person
gain.
and say, hey, I'm going to help the
you.
person that's hurting you.
Right.
The person that I
Darn it, it's-
supposedly cared about.
It's on my other phone,
I
too.
swear, I mean, they have a relation, I swear, with them and Janelle, they have this I'll do you favors, you do me favor type thing.
But it seems like he's got that with everybody. He's got that with the mayor. He's got that with this person,
Yeah.
that person. Like, I mean, he seems to have it with, with the judge, with everybody. Nobody's willing to go against him.
So look, we're going to be painted terribly. You watch. You guys watch.
Oh, yeah.
This podcast, I'm going to get nothing but shit. I'm going to hear nothing but how somehow we're doing something here tonight that was so unethical,
Right.
so horrible,
Oh yeah.
and I can't wait
God,
because
so
it
Please
much
message
worse-
me,
so
too.
much worse than rape.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Right.
much worse than rape.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech. God.
Yeah.
Very unethical
Yeah.
what's gone on here. But I think that we know. Well, not that I think. I know this will never stop. This is our studio. This is our stuff. This will never end.
Yeah, this is where victims get to actually tell the
This is what we're gonna do
truth.
from here on out.
Right.
And I don't care anymore. I just hope that someday that we can push people to all
Right.
say,
Because the greatest thing
Yeah, no
about
more.
here is we're not money driven.
right,
We are truth driven.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't
yeah, right,
like we're not losing this place because we're not gonna lose this place because of money. You know what I mean? So hopefully we all become millionaires. Gorilla Inc. becomes
Right.
ginormous all throughout the nation and then throughout the globe. However, if not, whatever, we are going to state the truth.
Yep.
And there isn't anything that's driving us besides helping people that need help and having them people who the media sources are refusing to look at
Yeah.
these stories. So, okay, somebody's got to tell it. We'll tell
we'll
it.
tell it. Well, think about it, Vernon. In there, listen to this. You've got Nick D'Angelo case, incredible, huge story in I don't care what city. This could be New York City, the largest cities in the country. This story would be a big story, front page story. The murder rate goes up by 300%, and brutal murders.
Troy Hodge.
Number 3.
Right, yep.
Up here, right here in Lockport.
Yep.
In Lockport.
Little less, Laura Allen. Just last week.
Yes.
Yep.
So all of these stories, and they get no oxygen.
No.
They get maybe one day. They get maybe, and that's it. Like Nick D'Angelo. The last time it was in the paper was the February or whatever it was. Nothing else. Laura Allen, we won't hear another word.
And that just happened last week.
That just happened last week. And those poor victims. We did I shouldn't even say we, because I can't take responsibility. They organized a protest, a rally for the victims.
Right.
That was really peaceful, the whole deal. The only media outlet was us. If you want to call us a media outlet, we were the only ones.
I call you guys the only media outlet around here because it's the only place you're going to get the truth.
And it's fun. It was.
This is during that protest, we're surrounded by SWAT.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
surrounded by a bunch
dogs.
of city payer money.
And
And no media out there to show you what happens. We have people that are reporters. What happened? What
Right.
happened?
Well-
They're asking us, what happened, guys? Oh my God! How come we didn't hear anything about it? Well, you tell me.
Yeah,
You guys are the supposed media.
Do you know what else is a shame? Is that so many people out there who were willing to walk to the mayor's house in protest didn't even realize what the mayor himself has done.
they didn't know his background.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
right.
didn't know what a lunatic he is and what he's done to infringe on people's rights when he was a judge. So I mean that's just a whole nother thing that this city
that guy-
that was world news and
Yeah,
we
and
swept
I
it under
wrote
the
letter
table like
in
it was a crumb.
2019, and if it wasn't for me, that story would have never. That story was dead and gone. They buried it. It was put in the ground, and no one would have talked about it because his own the people that were running against him wouldn't even talk about it, which was unbelievable. So this is the thing. This is where things come to die. This is like where a story. It's almost like with the Buffalo Bills and the Sabres. It's where players are on their last legs, or coaches. They come to die here because that's it. And that's like here. These stories, Vernon, that we're talking about are huge.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Yeah, well, like you said before, like there was not even one politician there. Not
Owen Steed.
what's that?
Owen Steed was the only one. Legislator Owen Steed.
Oh well, at least there was one.
Yeah.
I mean, but there should have been more current city council candidates running. There was no one there.
Tim Heather also said in his defense
Oh, I
that
know.
he
He was
wanted to be
yes,
there,
he
but he
was
got
working
called
it.
into work.
However, when there were people that say, "Oh my God, I didn't even hear about it," but you know what? We have evidence that states otherwise.
That you did.
Right.
That you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shared those articles all over.
Yeah.
About the protests when it was happening.
It's just because, and it's one of those things like it's one of those. I always say it's like if a tree fell in the woods, did it really fall? That's like if there's a protest with no coverage. Was there even a protest?
And I have the screenshots. I actually sent the protest that you sent it to me, the time and day. I actually sent it to current city council members. They didn't say one word like "Yeah, I'll be there"
Right.
or nothing. It's just
No, just a few days afterwards, though, that might have been some of the same ones that
That
were
were-
telling people,
yeah.
"Oh, I didn't hear a thing about it."
Yeah.
You know,
And Julia
cowardice.
Jean did a wonderful job
Yeah.
of organizing that.
Yeah, she-
Julia was just
And
amazing.
she's doing a great job now with the poor girl that they're still searching. for.
Yeah.
They're still searching for her, and I'm glad, and because they're not going to stop because they haven't found her yet. So,
Mhm.
and she gets demonized. Let's think about Julia Jean. She gets demonized in this city.
Yeah.
People.
Yep.
For searching for a person.
You think about it too, it's like she's hurting too in her own way.
In her
Yeah.
She's trying to
This is-
speak
she's a-
out
she's-
and tell people her hurt, and nope.
Out of the 22 people murdered, 2 of them
Would be
were related
would be
to
kind
her.
of related.
Mhm.
Yeah, would be related to her. Right. Yeah.
I told Val too about we'd speak about Dennis. Is that it?
Oh yeah, Dennis.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's
that-
just do like Val.
Oh,
I know-
Val. I'm glad you brought her up.
Yeah, she's going through. How
Yeah.
many rapists and pedophiles are there right now walking around
Mm.
in fucking Niagara Falls alone, Niagara County, and like these Val, she's trying to speak out about it.
Yeah.
She's getting called a fucking liar
Yeah,
or not being believed, money grabber. It's like the fuck is
And
wrong
the
with
guy
people?
the guy that did this to her when she was little, I know him from when I worked for the county. He used to work on the van, and he's already been in prison for the same same rape charge.
And we'll have more on this too, because
Yeah, we're
Val's
gonna do something
Val's
with
coming
her.
on.
Once
We're
I get
gonna,
better, once
yeah.
my stuff's all done, then we're gonna have to. We'll definitely all sit down and make a nice thing, a documentary for her, because her story not only goes to family, it also goes to Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yep.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
These stories are unbelievable.
I mean,
and
there's-
we're just sitting here. Me, Wade, you, all of us. I'm not a journalist. I didn't go to journalism school. I'm not a writer. I'm not anything. Man, when I hear these though, I just can't believe no one else wants to broadcast them. No one else wants to talk.
What about all the teachers? What about all
No, I didn't
the
hear anything about that. No.
Yeah.
Under the rug.
This is unbelievable.
not even a there not even
There's
a
we just
mention
mentioned
I didn't
in
even know
Six
until you
stories.
guys told me.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine how many more people or students could be coming forward right now if they
Mhm.
would fucking say something? Probably because these people that are higher up are related to them somehow too, or have connections.
Right. Well, I know one particular teacher, and from what I know of the situation, somebody went to the school board. This was back in the 90s, and reported what happened. And what the school district did was offer him an early retirement,
Yeah.
so that he got out of the school, but he got his
Yeah.
pension and got to go on his way without having his name mentioned, except for in that school board meeting that was never spoken about again. And this is somebody that went on to abuse at least 2 other people I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, these are media stories that are humongous. Again, we're going to talk about tens, and probably more, when we get the whole Niagara Falls School District and all those teachers that hurt girls. We have
And boys.
and boys, and then we'll have what happened with the victims. Like I said, 300%. We have what's going on with Nick D'Angelo. We have Laura Allen. There you go. We have something else I'm forgetting. We just talked about. There's another one. There's another. Oh, we have the girl who's missing. They didn't do that. Wasn't covered really well in the Gazette and in written media or on the radio.
Mariah wasn't even really out there either. Like,
No.
She had to,
They
you know.
just presumed her suicide, right?
right.
That's what they did. Yeah. Sadly, that's what the DA in Erie County kind of called it, and the
Is there
family.
evidence of it? Like, even to say there?
Family said they're not going to give up.
They are going on text, according.
I
That's
mean-
all by phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they know because obviously, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There
Right.
could be video. I don't know. I don't know if there's video evidence. You know, I
but like it's just. What
And it's
are
hitting
you-
our youth too. Like, I mean,
Oh yeah.
these kids that
These
are
murder victims are young.
young. They're young people
Committing the murders.
committing
and being
them
murdered.
and being murdered.
And this is why I've been on this bandwagon of like, come on, someone come out and say something in leadership, because you got a bunch of families. You got a lot of families right now that whether their son or daughter went to prison or their son or daughter's dead, you got families that are hurt on both all around.
Yep.
And we get just crickets, silence from everybody. And the reason why we did this tonight was just for really, Noelle, for you, because I want you to be able to talk, because I see what goes on stupid Facebook, which I hate, by the way. I gotta tell you, I really hate Facebook. Yeah,
A lot of them.
Sam
Archie.
lot of fake accounts, a lot of stuff, and I can't deal with it. So why don't we do this? Because we're gonna probably have to wrap it up now. Why don't we go around the room like we normally do? I want to start with Vernon, and I want just your final thought. Take as long as you want. I don't care. Vernon, what do you think? Final thoughts
On everything or just
on whatever you want. We're gonna wrap it up here.
I mean, I don't really know what to say other than, Nick D'Angelo is a pedophile, and I just hope nobody supports Janelle in the city election. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say this because, like you said, I'm not really sensitive to anything. I mean, as you may have heard around the city, her brother, Jimmy Faso Jr., cheated on his wife and got a 34-year-old girl pregnant, and she's alleged prostitute. So, again, all birds of a feather flock together, so... Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Well, don't vote for Councilman Chris. That's for sure.
Vasha. No, not Vasha. Yeah. Vasha, that's right.
Vasha, that's right. Yeah, me, like I said, me and Tim and some of the union members, like I said, as soon as he loses, we're getting a U-Haul and we're showing up in front of his house and we're telling him to pack it up and get out.
Vernon, I like you so much.
All right.
Oh, it was hard to stop. That was hard to keep.
Great work. I love it.
Robin, give me your final thoughts on the evening.
We support victims.
That's pretty good. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's a good way to. Wade, how about you?
Thank you, Noelle, for being so brave.
Thank you for having me.
We truly understand how hard it is to speak, especially when you have so many people coming at you, and I'm sure it must get scary so many times. And like I stated earlier in the show, how I love how your parents call you Braveheart. Like you have a big heart, and you're trying to help these other victims as well. So anything we can do, then just ask.
You guys have
this
done
is why-
so much already. If it wasn't for you guys doing this shit, the work wouldn't even still be getting out.
Yeah, we love you, Noelle.
I love you guys. I appreciate it.
Noelle, anything you want to say? Go ahead.
Just like Robin, I stand with victims. If you or anybody you know has been affected by Nick D'Angelo, doesn't mean that you have to be a client. Doesn't matter how long ago it was. Doesn't mean he had to necessarily have raped you if he was inappropriate with you. Anything like that, come forward. You can message me. I could get you to the right people. And Janelle, you want to make yourself look good? Now's the time to do it. If you want all this stuff, just be honest, and I'm going to give you a chance to do it. Make yourself look good. Do the right thing.
Yeah. Well,
I
my
agree.
final thoughts are this. I think when all's said and done, Noelle, if it were up to me, Noelle would get some kind of recognition that she deserves because what she's doing for the city. I'm going to tell you this, not one in my lifetime, there has not been one politician, one leader, one freaking anything that has done more than what's gone on here with Noelle. No one.
Yeah.
No one has gave a damn. Okay? And she has.
Yeah.
Deserves the key to the city, deserves whatever. You know what? If Noelle decided to run for something here in Niagara Falls, she should win hands down. That type of thing. There has not been anyone in my lifetime in this city that has ever been this just doing the right thing because it's right. And we need more Noelles and
this is ridiculous.
Well, we need more of you guys too, because you guys are the only ones covering this on both, you know what I mean, on both sides. You're not afraid to speak out against, Janelle or somebody like that, because they're your friends, or your friend. Like, you guys are doing the right thing as well, because you guys are just, you want to help people. You want people to know the truth. You're not corrupt. So without you guys, this shit wouldn't be getting out either.
Well, thank God we're all in a good mix here. All of us together kind of all think.
And Noelle, you have no idea what you've done for other victims too,
Yeah.
even beyond the D'Angelo case. For just other victims in general, you being so strong and speaking out, I know has helped me, and I know has helped others.
Well, like with me and you meeting, like immediately, it's just like another victim to another victim. We're
Yeah.
able to get stronger, open up, and more people need to. I feel like we can get more people to speak out.
Absolutely.
You know what it is, and this will be my last thing, that I'm going to read some numbers for you. Before I say my very last thing, I just want to remind everyone, Wednesday night, 6 o'clock, Tim Heather, he's a Republican candidate for, I think, the 6th district of is it legislative, Niagara County legislator. I look forward to talking to him about his thoughts. My last final thing before I read our numbers is we're on the ground floor of doing this, guys, and I think we're going to take a lot of hit. We're kind of building something maybe for beyond us, like starting something here in a way, and I'm talking about just not being afraid to say it like it is, not the bullshit type, literally. If my mother is doing wrong, I'm saying my mother's doing wrong. If my brother, I don't give a damn who it is.
Right.
And when I say wrong, I mean wrong. I mean doing stuff that is like a borderline criminal shit.
Right.
I don't care. We're going to say it. So we're starting things. We're going to take a lot of shit, but we can handle it. All of us have taken a lot. You've taken more than anyone I've ever seen.
Me and Robin fight. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we got our goose outside. He'll fight too.
Yeah.
All right. So let me go to my numbers.
Silvio.
Wait, and I will. These are very important. We just had a whole show about victims, pretty much, and area code. You don't need 716-433-6714. But if you're out of the 716 area code, there's a YWCA in your region, all across America, and they're incredible because this is all free of charge. They will counsel you at home by phone while you're home, where you're comfortable at home, and there's counselors there waiting for you to help you. I've seen it in action. It's outstanding. They have advocates that will go to the hospital, to court, to the police station, wherever you need to go. They have Zoom calls that go on quite often, that you can get together with other victims on Zoom calls and talk. And the place is unreal. It's the YWCA. Please reach out to them if you've ever been abused sexually, if you've ever been hurt, if you're currently being abused. If you're a relative or friend of someone who was abused, they'll help you understand what they're going through so you understand and you can help them better. After that is mental health, which we all get depressed, we all get anxieties and what else you call, like, panic, and we all get to our breaking point sometimes. Everyone in this room has, to the point where you don't know where to turn. Well, there's somewhere to turn. If you need somebody, you got nobody, it's 1-800-662-4357. You're not alone ever, and that's the place to go, because we all get to our wits' end sometimes. Yeah. So I guess that's it, guys. We'll wrap up this special event. I thank Vernon, of course, for being here. Noelle, always welcome here. You never need an invitation.
Thank you.
So, take care, everyone. We'll see you Wednesday.